Hey, everybody. We're waiting for the champ to come on. We have Lyte over here.
Salute,
There you
salute.
are.
I'm here. We
We're going to
here.
call the champ. I don't know. Oh, there he is. The champ is here. All right.
I've been here, man. You had me sitting on the outside looking in.
No, I was waiting.
Oh, where that thing at? All right.
Lyte got knocked out, so.
Damn, we got KO'd, huh?
Here he is. He's back in.
Yeah, they keep knocking me out. Hope I ain't gotta go through this all night.
That's Tim. Tim knocking you out.
No.
I don't want to get a knockout from Tim. Nah, that's all right. That's all right.
Well, here we are, everybody, with the two greats.
The champ is here. I'm good.
Background, and you guys go ahead and do your thing, man. Go ahead, do your thing.
What we talking?
Yeah. Well, we're gonna talk our boxing. I pulled up. I put some extra clips on the side because I wanted to talk about.
I take the lead and I follow you.
Yeah. Okay. Salute. So I want to talk about a couple of different layers of defense. You got your Philly shell. You got what Benny Briscoe did coming in behind the cross arm defense, and then we got Mr. Willie Pep with the defensive feet and the ability to tie a person up. Now, I think they had said that Willie Pep took judo lessons, I do believe, because his top game, his wrap-up game was one of the best I've ever seen. Like, he really knew how to hit you with some shots and tie you up. And he said that he did that because the last thing the judges seen was him peppering you up. So in their minds, they seen that flurry. It was like, oh, this guy's working. So Willie Pep was very good at.
You want me to pull that video up right now, champ?
Yeah, that'd be
nice.
Oh
yeah, we'll bring it up in a few.
All right, you tell me when.
It's kind of like he used his shoulders when he turned. He would go in that direction too, and then bounce, then turn and go
back. Yeah.
It seemed like he would use his shoulders, go this way, then lead this way, right?
Yeah. Yes, his parallel game was unmatched. Like how he went from the fight stance to the parallel stance, and he would kind of shuffle one way, and then as you followed him, he shuffled back with the punch. It was something of a beauty to see. As we said, 241 fights, 6 losses.
Woo!
Can't deny a man with a record like that.
He was the best at that movement.
And he was in the plane crash, the only man to survive it. Doctors said he would never fight again. 6 months later, he was back in the ring and winning. Like he was. Willie Pep was a bad man from the Badlands.
Willie Pep. Willie Pep. I always thought he was Italian, but that name, the last name, don't.
Yeah, he was Italian. He's definitely Italian.
So it's just the way you pronounce it. I guess Italian people probably pronounce it a little bit like Pep something else, right?
Well, his real name was Willie Papalino.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah,
we knew the historian could do that.
Papalino. Yeah,
we knew you could find that one out.
Yeah. I love me some Willie Pep, boy. You talk about that footwork. Yeah, no one did it better. But we got a lot of people in the chat. Joshua Edwards said, "I will knock out all three of you out." Wow, Joshua, we got a.
What do you mean by that? Knocking all three like who?
Me, you, and Brian.
That's one of my good friends back from Rhode Island. He's got a lot of moxie. Who knows? Maybe his moxie will knock you guys off.
Hey, Lyte, how about this?
Huh?
He messed with me. I hang a sign over his eyes saying "closed for the weekend." He let him mess with me. I hang a sign over your eyes saying "closed for the weekend."
Your man is here. Bruce Gass is in the house.
The man is in the house.
Yep, you got that one guy Bones who's always here. We have a Wesley Robinson. I think that's my son.
Yo, is Bruce coming
on? Wesley's in the building. Okay, we got Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz. He's up in here. The one guy Bones from last night. He's up in here. Salute, homie. We got Harron, Joshua Edwards. Oh yeah, no, the talker. We got the talker in here. Yeah, so we got a couple of people coming up in the chat, As I said before.
Yeah, just so you know, Josh was pointing out he gets banned from Facebook a lot for his comments. Love you, Josh.
Talking like that, I can understand why. Talking like that, we can see why. Remember, for our YouTube audience, if you want your question read quicker, super chats is the way to do it. Super chat your way to the front of the line. That's how you do that. But let's get into this Philly shell. What you thought about Georgie Benton's Philly shell?
He's pretty good at it, and sometimes you could use a little light in your room a little bit. It was beautiful yesterday. The other time we did, some of the videos that I saw of him remind me of me because I knew that I could do the shell real good. And I didn't keep it tight. So some of the videos I seen him, he kept his defense tight, but then he was all loose because he knew if the punches come in, they'll just come right back up. So some of the people that's watching couldn't really learn from what he was doing sometimes because this is just my opinion. I was just checking him out and I was like, well, he's not putting the shell tight. And and I think it's because he know where it's supposed to be, and if punches come, he'll throw them up. So you can't learn from it. And then sometimes when you fight an aggressive boxer, you will keep that shell a little bit closer to your body. That's what I see.
Okay, yeah. I got a good clip of him fighting Hurricane Carter.
Hurricane Carter. I was with Hurricane too.
You was with Hurricane? Oh man.
Well, we was together. He said something about Freddie Roach to me. I don't know if we should say it. But he was talking.
I'm going to say it, champ. I'm going to say it. Was it terribly negative?
It was bad. He was saying like Freddie got all these different people following him and getting these awards because he just said that Freddie Roach can't train nobody. That's all.
Wow. Oh man.
And they got all these other trainers out there, and he getting awards. I love Freddie Roach. Maybe they gave him the awards because of his sicknesses and stuff like that.
Hey,
but that's what he was saying.
You guys have the Willie Pep thing? You want me to pop up?
Well, we still on the Philly shell. Bring up the one with Hurricane Carter and.
All right,
Georgie
let me
Benton.
share this for everybody. Here we go. We're gonna do present. I'm gonna share the screen. Everything, entire window. There you guys go. And we're going to go. Okay, there we are. All right, you guys, everyone ready? Here we go. We're going to go the Willie Pep one. I'm trying to figure. Is it this one here? Lyte? I think Lyte disappeared on us.
Yeah. This is there you go.
All right, what do you want me to do with it? Here, you want me to slow this down? Go through it.
I kind of put. Let it go through full because I kind of put some parts in it that I kind of slowed down already.
All right, you got it.
We can see how he uses he's going to get into a real moment where Hurricane Carter is really going to try to get him out there.
Georgie's in the white trunks. Georgie's in the white trunks.
Yeah, white with black stripes. And you can see how he picks off the jab with the right hand and kind of like tosses it over his shoulder. Like you said, he had a real loose Philly shell from this distance, but when the pressure came on, he was ready to go. And you can see Hurricane Carter got muscles on top of muscles. He ain't the person you want to get hit by. He was probably like that generation's Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying? As far as like steamrolling you. If you let him get the momentum, it was pretty much over. This is why, even though Georgie Benton lost this fight, it was still a good fight for Georgie because he didn't get knocked out, which a lot of Hurricane opponents was getting sleep. But we're going to see it coming up soon where he's going to really come in and he's going to force Georgie into that shell. And we're going to see how defensively strong Georgie Benton was. Like you said, he used the real open Philly shell guard there. And he's kind of right in front of you, too, with it. He's not really too far. He's in the pocket with you.
He's using his jab.
You can see see how he kind of tosses that jab to the side there? when Hurricane, yeah, see that pick off there? Yeah, his pick off with the right hand was awesome. But we're gonna see when Hurricanes start to come on here.
And you figured but you figure he would tighten that shell up because a Hurricane could punch. You see, he has it all loose.
Yeah,
so he's probably confident.
Yeah,
he's
that's what he was so right. Yeah, very confident. Very confident.
See his shell's kind of like real loose.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like he's not protecting the left side of his face.
He really picks the jab off real well, too. Oh, it's coming right here. Look at this right here. Bang. Look at this. Look at this shell. Oh, my God. Look at this. Nothing.
But he's not protecting his left. He's not protecting the left side of his face. Look, watch. He's not. Look at that. Yeah. Look. See the left side of his face? He's not protecting it.
Yeah.
You got to bring that back. Look at it. I'm watching it. Look. He's not protecting the left side of his face. You almost got hit there. He's doing good with that roll. But look at his left side. Yeah. He got to bring that right hand over on the left side of his face, too, because Hurricane not even hitting him. You notice that? You see him just protecting the right side. He wasn't protecting the left, so that right hand should be up a little higher. Especially when a guy like Hurricane throwing the punches. Good leap with the hook. Okay.
Yeah, he really picked that jab off. He was really picking Hurricane's jab off real good when he crossed that right hand across his face. But yeah, he got an open Philly guard shell. But his confidence was strong. Georgie Benton really believed in his Philly shell. You know, he fought like this all the time. I don't think I've ever seen him fight with the left hand up. The left hand was always that low. Look at that.
Right.
So that was the Georgie Benton clip with the Philly shell, you know, as far as being in the pocket with it and how he kind of turned and rolled with it. Then we also have, you know, behind the cross-arm defense, we got Benny Briscoe with Hagler. You can bring that one up there. That Benny Briscoe with Hagler. But what we can see from Hagler too.
The cross-arm one, you want me to bring it up, Lyte?
Yeah, the Hagler, Benny Briscoe.
All right, let me make sure I got
Benny just kept that right hand up there. He knew how to block it.
Is it this one here?
Seconds into the fight and has not stopped.
Yeah, there we go.
All right.
Bring that one.
Can you guys see this well?
No, it's on the lower. It's not up. It's not on the top screen, but it's on the lower one.
Is it good though? Can you see it?
What the hell do hit that? No, that says remove. I can't do that.
Lyte, can you see this good?
Yeah, I can see it. We just gotta bring it up. Yeah, I can see it though.
What do you mean by bring it up? What's wrong?
It's not on the main screen.
It's not on the main screen.
Hold on. The other one was good, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It was Georgie Benton.
Tell me now. Is this good?
We don't see it up on the main screen. I don't.
Yeah, we don't see it up on the main screen yet. And we also going to see how many.
I got you. I know why. I'm sorry. How about now? Sorry.
Some people say they can't see.
How about now?
8:30.
It's up now.
16.
Yeah,
you got it. My fault. I apologize.
8:16. Somebody said Wesley. All right, come on, Benny, just come at you. Keeps his hands up.
Yeah. Now look how Hagler switches his stance. Look at how Hagler switches the stance. Look, southpaw, orthodox. Oh, from the jab. This man switched. His switch was so Look, back to southpaw, jabbing with the left, jabbing with the right. He got Hagler fighting off the back leg. This should also go show that Hagler has some boxing skills. He could box.
Well, he retreated because Benny was behind that. Yeah, he retreated because he's retreating because Benny is relentless and tough.
That's right.
That's the first time I
really
walked
you down with his defense.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So I don't see Marvin Hagler doing that to anybody else. So that means something about Benny Briscoe. He's picking him up.
Right.
Ooh, that's pretty
right.
good.
I haven't seen people. Yeah.
Marvin don't play with nobody. He don't back off.
People talk
Benny
about Terrence Crawford switching. People talk about Terrence Crawford. This is the real switch hitter right here, Marvin Hagler. True switch hitter.
Yeah, he punching too.
Like you said, Benny's relentless.
Benny's relentless. So I never seen Marvin Hagler do that to anybody, like back up. So Benny must be a bad boy. I was at this fight. No, I was at this fight.
Fighting on the back leg.
Yup.
Yeah, you said you was at this fight here.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, he got Hagler on the back leg.
I had the problems at 2 of his fights. No. He fought this guy from California, but I do remember this fight. Yeah,
Hagler movement was so smooth in that. So smooth.
Is that it?
Benny Briscoe, aggressive defense. Aggressive.
Hey, like, was that it?
Aggressive.
Yeah, that was good.
Was that it?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, that was just a clip of it. Yeah, that was it. You know, before we go into that Willie Pep, let's see what we saying in the chat. What we got in the chat. Questions for the champ. About anything you've seen. High guard, Philly shell, jabbing. Someone said y'all muted. We muted? I'm thinking, is we muted? I see Tupi or Toppy said y'all muted.
Yeah.
I'm hearing pretty well. Everybody in the chat, y'all can hear us? We good? Let me know in the chat.
Oh, M. Jugger said good now. He said good now.
We good now?
Yeah, that's what one guy said. Major MJ, it says Briscoe's come on, read it. Briscoe's a little bit.
Yeah, Briscoe
moving
like a little bit moving like Smoking Joe. Yeah, you can say that.
They used to hang together. They used to hang. They used to from the same gym.
Huh? Wow, there you go.
No, they used to. Well, Joe. They used to be in Joe Frazier's gym all the time. Yep.
Oh, okay.
With that Philly shell.
Okay. Nathan Carter said, "Champ, what is your dream fight that you would want to have? What was one of your dream fights?"
I don't know. There was a couple of them. Yeah, there was a couple of them. Maybe to get a rematch with Larry Holmes. Maybe to get a rematch with Larry Holmes.
That rematch.
Yeah,
he deserved that rematch.
I just didn't know enough, guys. I just didn't know enough. Like I came into boxing 2 years before that. Just 2 years. I only had 7 amateur fights. That's kind of like 2 years. I only had 13 or 12 professional fights. You know, it was just I just wanted to fight. I had a good trainer, and that's what gave me confidence. Yep.
Wow.
Mike Tyson.
So probably what it was was Larry Holmes was trying to cherry pick. Instead of picking the cherry, he picked the huckleberry. You know what I'm saying? Instead of the cherry, he picked the huckleberry.
But Don King, I mean, they was trying to reach Rocky Marciano's record. And so Larry wanted to get, what I heard was he wanted to get easy opponents to reach that goal. So I fought him, caught the truth. He barely, Larry Holmes had close fights with like several different contenders. But he was talking to Don like, yo, man, give me a free path to Rocky Marciano's record. Or he wanted to. That's what I heard when I was coming up during that time. That he wanted to get it easier. He don't want to fight the young Turks. He fought David Bay. He lucky because David Bay could punch. David passed away. God bless him. Remember David Bay, a light-complected black brother from Philly, from Germantown area. He fought Larry Holmes. We was all in Don King's camp. And Don was lining everybody up, either to make money or to try to stop or try to beat Larry Holmes, or just made sure he tried to make it to Rocky Marciano's record. So that's how the IBF was created too. The IBF was created because Larry was getting too many hard fights. He was getting too many hard fights to reach the Rocky Marciano. This is what I heard. This is what I heard. That's how the IBF was. But now you got the IBF because Larry and what's the president of the IBF? Bob Lee? Is it Bob Lee?
Hold on one second, champ. We got 22 people in the building, and we only got one like. Now, come on and smash that like button for us. Help us get this video out. That makes the video good for the algorithm on our YouTube channel. So we got 22 people in here. Smash that like button for us. It don't cost nothing to smash the like button. We got the champ out here giving the real stories. You know, he's telling us what really happened behind the scenes. So go on and smash that like button. It don't cost nothing to smash the like button. So go on, champ. Yeah, so they was trying to fast track him to beat Marciano's record, huh?
Yeah, so was it Bob Lee? Who was the IBF president? Bob Lee, I think. And yeah, that's how the IBF, I found out, was created, because Larry Holmes wanted a clean path to the Rocky Marciano's record, and Don King was giving them Young Turks hard ones, and so he went. I think this is what I heard. He went to Bob Lee. They created the IBF, and they tried to go that way to reach Rocky Marciano's record. This is what I heard. That's how the IBF was created.
Wow.
This is what I heard. Yup. Ain't that something?
Wow. The history.
Remember the IBF?
Wow.
Yeah. Larry Holmes became the IBF champion. And so they was trying to reach Rocky Marciano's record and try to control who his opponents, I think.
Wow.
David Bay called the truth for them. Yeah, called the truth for them. I was one of the guys. No, see, I fought him. Yeah, I was like in the beginning of that feeling of they giving me too many hard fights. I was in the beginning of that. And then Call the Truth and all of them, I think, fought after me. And so Larry wanted to get to that Rocky Marciano record, and that's what I heard, how the IBF was created, guys. Because of that.
Wow.
Now we have the IBF champs. So he tried
to. Yeah, so he was trying to cherry pick, and he picked you, and you almost upset the whole apple cart, which you did. They robbed you, but you almost upset that whole plan. He tried to pick a cherry and got a huckleberry.
There was a couple other the young guys. But like the young guys, one after another, I maybe have been one of the tougher ones, but the other ones could have dethroned them too if it was the right time and place. But they was getting rough, and this is what I heard from them talking and stuff. That's why him and Bob Lee got together, and they made the IBF. Yup. I gave him hell. Wow, David Bay, he knocked out. But if David would have hit him, he would have left it, because David could punch. And then you had Call the Truth, who was like a boxer, and I think the boxing part of like Call the Truth with his jab, that helped keep him in the game. I think Larry won that one too. So that's what was going on then. Like.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Like I said, he was trying.
Did he fight Leon Spinks?
He was trying.
He was trying. But I'm almost sure that's why the IBF was here, because of that. Yup.
Wow.
They wanted to get him up. They wanted to get him a softer path. They wanted to give him a softer path to that to reach that goal. And I heard it, and I said, "Wow, that shouldn't be no problem." But if he beat these guys, these contenders, then he's legit. He's legit.
Mm-hmm.
Then didn't Michael Spinks stop them?
Okay,
you can read him. Bruce Gass, he knows. He should have been on there. Yeah. Larry fought Leon. Yes,
yeah, Bruce Gass. He said, yeah, Larry fought Leon. Marvin Frazier too. He fought Marvin.
Yeah, he knocked Marvin's out. Yeah. He knocked Marvin's out.
Marvin didn't turn out like the son didn't follow in the father's footsteps. You know, that's a hard style to mimic. You know, to try to.
It is.
You know, not that he was trying to mimic the father's style, but he couldn't if he wanted to, because that. You know,
Larry hit him with that right hand, like. Larry hit him with that right hand, like.
Yeah, that right hand was a problem.
Marvin Frazier too.
A long bomb. It was
Bruce Gass. Bruce Gass talking about Marvis. That was easy for Larry. Larry had fun on that one. There was a match that
Tyson
should have.
too.
Go ahead. What is it? Roger D.
We
What's
got
that?
Roger W.
There was
Roger W. at the
yeah.
Said there was matches that should have been made in the 80s that weren't, like Razor Ruddock versus Frank Bruno.
Okay, I remember that. Yeah.
Bad Speed said the best champ in the world is Tim. Yeah. I agree, Bad Speed.
Whoa,
the best champ in the world is Tim. That's an actual fact.
Yeah, hey, Bill, I'm gonna give you 10
Bad
seconds.
Speed,
Listen.
thanks for dropping that truth bomb on us.
Listen, 10 seconds. And if I was like had a lot of amateur fight, had a lot of time getting together, learning more stuff, I was rushed into a lot of things, a fast course. So, but if I was like learned a lot, if I would had a lot of time to build up a lot of skills and stuff, I could have won a lot of those fights. You know, because I just came in the scene 2 years later and fight for the title. A lot of those guys had a lot of amateur fights. They was around a lot of different boxers. I just came right in and just said, boom, you know, 7 amateur fights. I had a good trainer.
So did they just say that you should just turn pro? Like, what was your
real quick
turning pro so fast? Did they say?
I started finding out about boxing. How about this? Real quick. Clarence Booker was my trainer, and you know, we was 5-2, and then I told this story several times. I was going to be hired by Larry Holmes to be a sparring partner because they heard about me. I was working up that ladder. So somebody came to me and said, "How come you didn't take that job as Larry Holmes' sparring partner?" You know, and I said, "What you talking about?" I said, "Yeah, Larry was going to give you like 1,000 or 1,500 to spar. He heard about you. He was tough." And I said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, they told your trainer." So I said, "What?" So I left and I went to Muhammad Ali's training camp, and I was sparring with Matthew Saad Muhammad and Eddie Mustafa, but I was sparring with Saad Muhammad, and I found out that they offered the money, and my trainer never told me, so I never went back to my old trainer, Mr. Booker. I just went somewhere else I went with Slim Robinson and those people. They started building me up, and so when I won the title, I went back to find that old man in his gym. That should show you where my heart is. I wanted to help him out with his gym. He wouldn't let me in. So after I left him, I would have never made it if I would have stayed with him.
He wouldn't let you in?
Like, no, right in South Philly, in my neighborhood. But Lyte, if I would have stayed with him, I would have never made it. I'm serious. And he's a nice old man. So when I got that first title belt, I couldn't wait to get back to the neighborhood to talk to Mr. Booker and say, "Hey, look, man, this is what I got. Let me come in and help you." And he told me, "No, don't come in my gym." But if I would have stayed with him, I wouldn't be on this podcast right now. Hey, what's the matter? You joking?
Wow.
I wouldn't be, man, right down there in South Philly. The old Passion Gym.
And you went back
Michael
down
Doakes.
there. And you went back
Huh?
I said, and you went back down there with the belt to help him.
Yep, in my neighborhood. That's where his gym was. Yup. Michael Doakes and Tony Tubbs would have been good.
Jagger said,
go ahead. You got it.
Can you tell us about your trainer?
My trainer.
You heard that one?
Slim Robinson.
M. Jagger said, "Can you tell us about your trainer?"
Yeah, Slim was tall and slim, and he was really good. You know, and when he would explain things to me, it was very transparent. I understood it, and he showed me. He didn't tell me how to say it. He showed me. He showed me how to do piece by piece defense, the shell, different types of movements. I didn't even know this. I was like, "What the hell is going on?" Because I was with the old guy, and all the old guy told me was just a jab, and then right hand, and never no defense, no blocking. I was getting hit all the time, and all those 7 amateur fights, I was getting hit. Oh man, big dude rocked me, bam! I was like, so he was transparent, and he not only told you, he showed you how to do it. And once he showed me some basic stuff, I started adding in just stuff you know, that I think will work. So me, Bernard Hopkins' uncle, Artie McLeod, his name was. He had gray eyes. He was a short middleweight. He used to spar with Marvin Hagler. He did really good. About 4 or 5 of Sterling Quick. We was all undefeated with the team. And Sterling Quick, Greg Robinson was his nephew. We all got together and we just kept on working on different skills, you know, because we was up and coming. And you know, then I think I told you the story that Slim was with me. And then when Don King got a hold of us, he had to leave. He was crying. He had a gun in his hand. And he was going to go shoot Don King. We was in Don King's camp. So we was in Don King's camp, and Slim came to us. All of us was there. Sterling Quick, Artie McLeod, me. I think my brother Anthony wasn't there. But we was there, and we stopped him. He had the gun. He said, I'm going to kill him, Tim. I'm going to kill him, man. He's taking my money.
Wow.
We talked him out.
Slim was a real dude. Slim was a real dude.
He was a bounty hunter in Philly. He trained Mike Rossman. Yeah, and he trained Mike Rossman, the Jewish bomber. Remember Mike Rossman? I don't know if you remember.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, he was a light heavyweight champ. He beat Victor Galindez for the title. He trained him. He trained several other guys there. So, man, we talked Slim out of it, and then he left Don. Everything went downhill after that.
Wow.
Everything went downhill.
Seems like a lot of people wanted Don dead. Seemed like Don was on a lot of people's hit list.
He cut Slim money, and Slim wasn't going for it. Slim, and he said, and I, you know what? I said, you know what? That's okay. You can go ahead, Slim. I understand. You got to do what you got to do. And he kept on taking money from us after Slim left. They did a lot of different things, man, and that'll be in the future that we could talk about it. But
Mike Tyson told Mike Tyson told some wild stories about Don King, so we can believe it. Some of this Tyson told about even trying to fight him on the highway, and you know, I heard he was charging him like $5,000 for towels. Like Don knew how to skim off the top.
But he did. But I like Don, and he liked me, and I knew Don liked me, and I liked him. So every time he would have a problem with one of the boxers, I'd go put my 2 cents in. I said, oh, Don doing, and then Don be in the office. I go in and try to talk for him. He said, nope. He said, get out. The first thing Don was like, no, man. He said, because he knew I'm trying to talk for some of these guys. He said, yo, Don, why aren't you? What you doing? What's going on? And Don said, no, get out. Because I was just trying to represent and try to help the boxers that having problems. Yeah, I used to do that, man. I used to go in there, and so, but I know Don liked me. He took my money. You know, he took my money, but I know deep down he do like me. He wouldn't want to hurt me or nothing like that. And I liked him. Yeah, and I liked him. So I started leaving it alone. So that's just a chapter in my life. Just mentioning his name is publicity. I'm trying to squeeze some of that stuff out of it. You know, in the past.
That's right.
I was dealing with Don. I was dealing with Don King, one of the best promoters in history. You know that. Use it. Get it right?
That's right. He was skimming off the top. Now we skimming off the top. Hey, now we're gonna skim off the top. We're gonna use his name now. When Don gives his interviews, he always talks using those big words. Is that how he always talked, or was that his interview character? Talk like that?
I'm gonna be short on my answers. I thought that was really crazy and funny. That's just him. Even though he robbed people, he was the greatest promoter that ever lived. And if he would have did right by the boxers, he would go down in history as the greatest, because he knew just how to get you to look up and smile and get you to laugh, because he did the show. That's what made a lot of people that didn't like him because but you know how Don talk.
Yeah.
And so some people didn't like him, then they loved the guy, you know. But the things that he did was really kind of bad. And stuff. And so I left it alone, because I did see the good side of him. But even though he did take the money from me, I did see the good side. So I'd rather just be cool with him and leave it alone. I'm living the rest of my life trying to, you know, do stuff. We doing shows and stuff. and
That's
all
right.
that.
The defensive
coordinator. Yeah. Why should I worry about all this stuff when I got some more of my life to live with my kids, my grandkids?
That's right.
So that's in the past,
right.
man.
That's right. Well, he did just sign Adrian Broner.
He did.
Adrian Broner. Yes, it signed the Don King. Yeah.
Okay.
He had one fight. I think he had one fight of the Don King so far. Yeah, he had one fight of the Don King.
What do you guys think about the future of that fighter?
Who? Adrian Broner.
Who, Adrian?
Yeah, what do you think?
Broner? Well, it's kind of behind him now. You know, I think Adrian Broner became a poster child of how the money and the fame hits everybody differently. You know, like
it does.
You can say
you said the right.
You can say you're ready for that money. You can say you're ready for that money until it gets in your hands, and we can see when that money hit Adrian Broner, he kind of spiraled out of control. Sometimes getting rich is the worst thing that can happen to you. You know, because it's going to show sides of you that you can't hide. Like, you know, if you want to see who a person really is, give him some money, and you're going to see who he really is. You know? Okay. And I think Adrian Broner is a testament to that because the money made him spiral out of control. I think he said he spent like $1 million in like 3 days one time. $1 million. Like
who did?
Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner. You know. And the crazy thing about him is he's a hell of a showman. He's a hell of a showman. Like when it comes to like, you know, having that showmanship side of fighting, he got it down mastered. Like he could probably, you know, he could still sell out fights today, even though he's losing because he's such a character. People want to change.
He got to change some things and win the people back because he did have a tough attitude and stuff, and nothing wrong with being tough on a lot of different things. But I do believe if he act like he love everybody and try to, you know, have a story like that, I think that he'll do a lot more better and get a lot of more people to accept him.
Yeah,
because he's cussing, he be this, he be that. If he, you can always come back and try to win the people back and apologize or something like that. So he needs that type of thing, I think. But he gonna say, "No, I ain't gotta apologize to nobody. I ain't gotta do that." I'm cool with him though. Hey, to each his own. Like to each is their own.
There you go. We got Abdul Terrell said, "What it do, 52? What it do, Abdul?" We got DHB. Hey, Lyte, if you want to see who the person is, give them some money. That was deep. That's fact, DHB. If you want to see who a person is, give them some money. Because see, when a person's broke, we all can kind of huddle together. It's like being cold. When it's cold outside, it'll force a group to huddle together, and you think they huddling, you know, to help you stay warm, but it's really a group thing. But give them some money where they ain't got to huddle no more and see if they come back and help the group. See, that money going to expose who you really are. It's going to show who you really, really are. And, you know, that's why a victory, they said, I think it's in the Art of War. I know it's definitely in the 48 Laws of Power, is that after a victory, you got to tighten your boots even tighter. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us, after a victory, they go to the after party. You know, you relax more, and you know you put yourself in jeopardy. What's going on?
Like we've actually talked about this. Money doesn't change you; it just shows you who they really are. You and I have talked. We've talked. I've talked with the champ.
I think isn't that the same thing? Is that kind of like the same thing? Money, it just changes. No, but he's right. He's right.
You know, that's the wizard from the back. The wizard came and blessed us. Yes, that is true. Money doesn't change you. It just shows who you are. It amplifies. It's like a bullhorn. Money is a bullhorn. It's going to amplify
I like that.
Really are.
Shania, give my juice.
If you a jerk, we're going to see you on. You're going to become a jerk on steroids. If you're a given person, you're going to be a given person on steroids if they give you the right type of money. So, you know, but it can happen to anybody. You know, a lot of us say we want that money, but we don't understand that there's a catch-22s that come with that money. There's a big catch-22, and a lot of people ain't ready for the catch-22. Okay, who we got in the chat?
Brother Hendricks said, "What's up? What's up, Brother Hendricks?"
What's going on, Mr. Hendricks? Yeah, anybody who got questions for the champ, this is your time. Super chats will be accepted on this channel. If you feel like you want to get your question read up front, super chat it, and we're gonna get back at it. Bars. Abdul Terrell said, I need some to see if that's true. Abdul Terrell said, I need to get some money because I want to see if that saying is true.
No, not that.
I hear you.
What you mean, the money changing people?
Yeah. He said he want to get some money. That is true. That's true. Okay, we got 52 Block Boxing Network. Salute. We got the Burley in the building. We got somebody who's trained with me, one of my peoples. Yeah, salute. 52 Blocks Boxing Network in the building. We up in here with the 2 times heavyweight champion Tim Witherspoon, the man
Tim Witherspoon versus the hand of Brandon Holyfield.
That's right.
Would have
Tim Witherspoon versus Evander Holyfield would have been a very good. Yeah, I agree.
I'm gonna tell you this. Though. I would have to be in phenomenal shape. I know that he's just basic, but he's in shape. He's solid and he's strong. At the time I was supposed to fight him, they said he had something called a hard heart, and he couldn't fight me. But we were supposed to fight. Now Evander would have fight me, but Lou Duve and I'm kind of skeptical about my style. They knew Slim, and it was kind of but Evander was gonna shape. The only thing that in my situation, if I was in his shape, I would have cleaned up house. The whole thing. The boy was in shape. Evander, you gotta give it to him. You see him?
Yeah. But we got to talk
Tyson was in shape.
Evander's second punch that he had.
Shania.
When he fought Michael Dokes, you could see it. He hit you with the jab, the right hand, and then a headbutt. He came in with the jab, the right hand, and the headbutt. You had hands with that headbutt, Chad, because he was going to do it. He was a headbutt master. They didn't talk about it. Yeah, his headbutt.
I didn't know he was headbutting. I didn't know he was headbutting until Tyson told me and somebody else told me. My brother used to spar with him, Anthony. I should have had him come on. We're gonna have Anthony, who was a light heavyweight.
Yeah, we'll have to have and Steve, my old coach.
Yeah.
There was on somewhere on YouTube I saw a fighter went into Evander Holyfield's gym when he was training, and there was a bag with a tire around it. And
I'm sorry, say that again.
There was a bag when he walked in. There was a bag with a tire around it, and Evander was working out on the bag. And what he would do is do his combinations and hit his head onto the tire around the bag. So that's where he got the hit. And you got somebody got a
super chat. 52 Blocks Boxing Network. Okay, he says, what do you brothers think about the Mexican style horsehair gloves? What do you think about that, champ? The Mexican style horsehair glove. The gloves made with the horsehair. They was who had those gloves? Who was using those gloves a lot?
I don't know. It would appear to me that it would be hard. It would be hard to receive those horsehair. The protection wouldn't be for your face. Wouldn't be as good as the other. So horsehair. I don't know. That may be a puncher's boxing glove. A guy that can really punch. You're not, horsehair. I don't see that much protection to me and like horsehair.
Mm-hmm. So that means he's going to hit you. So that means them punches are going to be a lot harder with them horsehair Mexican gloves. And the Mexicans would love to have that edge like that because they come in ready to chop you down. The Mexicans.
So where's that at? Where's the horsehair gloves coming at? Where's that?
That's I don't know the brand, the name brand of it, but it's been used before. And I think a lot of people don't really like it. Because like you touch the gloves and it's almost like you probably you could probably feel their knuckles through that horsehair. It ain't like that regular glove. So when they really landing them shots, You feeling it. You're going to feel it more than the
that makes a lot of sense.
I probably wouldn't want to face somebody with some horsehair gloves. I'm gonna do what Mayweather did. Like, no, I can. You're gonna have to change these. Mayweather squeezed on them gloves. Like, no, we ain't fighting with these, buddy. You ain't about to.
I would be the same way. I got confidence though.
We got the boxing historian said horsehair was very common for many years. Bruce Gaddis Boxing said horsehair was very common for many years.
I remember hearing
52
something
Blocks
about
Network
horsehair.
said, yeah, Tyson Fury, Marcus Medina, and Crawford in his last fight. Yeah. And I think it was wasn't it 52 Blocks Network? I think it was Medina with Mayweather. I think Mayweather didn't want him to use those gloves. You know, Mayweather's team was on it. Mayweather's team was on it. They was checking everything.
That's a puncher's glove.
Yeah.
That's a puncher's glove.
Mm-hmm.
I never knew they horsehair. Serious.
And he said Terrence Crawford just used it against Errol Spence. That could be why Errol Spence, them shots was affecting Errol so much. You know, I didn't really see Terrence Crawford knocking Errol out. I didn't see that. I did not see that. I could have thought that Errol had the better chin out of both of them. But the horsehair could have been a problem. Maybe Errol Spence's team needed to be like Mayweather's team. Like, nah, we ain't fighting with these. You're going to have to get another set, buddy. You're going to have to get a regular set.
Well, that comes with experience. We talked about his corner before. We love him, but that comes with experience. Maybe they should have contested the thing of wearing those horsehair. But maybe more experienced trainers probably would have said, if they heard that, they probably said, no, we don't want no horsehairs. Like I said, I don't know how much experience his trainer has. Spence trainer has, or how many fights, or any fights. But some of them other trainers would have probably questioned that. If I'd have heard horsehair, I would have said, whoa, wait a minute. Let me check them gloves out. I would have checked them out.
Let me squeeze the shaman.
That's right.
Abdul Terrell said, can you guys explain the difference in the gloves? What is the difference in the gloves? The gloves that you fought with, do you remember what they were? Like, what was the brand?
What the hell was they? Everlast? I don't know what the company was. I can't remember right now. All we did was put the gloves on. I do remember at one point that we didn't see the name on it, but some you had 8s. They stopped using 8s when that kid Dooku King got killed. They stopped using 8s and everybody used 10. But they still probably find they had a way to put that stuff in the glove where that knuckle still land on people. Yeah, they still probably figured out a way. But so everybody wearing 10s now. I think we used Everlast.
Yeah, okay.
I think we used Everlast. Yeah, I used them. Man. 8 ounces. Woo! Somebody get knocked out.
Somebody get knocked out.
Yeah, I think 10 ounces was good when they switched over. They should have left it at that. Yeah, and
what
maybe.
About hand?
Huh?
What about hand wrapping techniques? Do you know anybody with any type of hand wrapping techniques that would give you an extra edge happening back then?
Yeah, they could hide it too. Eddie Aliano passed away. He was one of the best cut mans around. He was in my corner. And my light. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, no. He was in my. Shania, get my light. Okay. Yeah, Eddie Aliano was really good, and but Slim knew how to cut. He knew how to like tie the glove up and pull that skin back with the so you could pull that skin back and make it tight. Get the power cord for this. It's over there, I think. Or find it if it's right there. I'm sorry, guys.
It's all good. Take your time, champ.
Shania, just tell them I'm on the podcast. Get where the cord to this. Hurry up. Yeah, so they would tie them, and then up here they would pull the skin back. So this would be all like you could feel the knuckles and everything.
Okay, we waiting for the power. We got who we got up here? We got P. What he says. Since you're talking about gloves, what do you look for when choosing gloves? I feel like many gloves are not angled properly, so rather than most of the impact.
It's no big deal. Just tell her I'm on the podcast. I'm sorry. No, P.
We got you, P. We got you.
I'm sorry, everybody.
It's all good.
I got to get that light back on for her. We was talking about the gloves. Man, I'm glad they did. There's been some people hurt. Oh, here we go. All right. Got it. All right, here we go. Now we back.
All right. So P said.
Yeah, I remember fighting them 8 ounces.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
P says, since you're talking about gloves, what do you look for when choosing gloves? I feel like many gloves are angled properly, so rather than most of the impact being on your knuckles, it's on your fingers.
Well,
Did you have any hand problems with when you were punching and fighting? Did you have any hand problems when
no, my
wearing
trainer
certain gloves?
you talking about doing a fight, right?
Yeah.
No, my trainer taped my hand pretty good. I never worried about that. He was really good at taping hands. So every time I had a fight, I didn't worry about my hands at all. Sometimes your hand they get a little too tight. You just take the scissors and cut it, and that relieves it. That's in a lot of different cases. But other than that, they put a nice bridge here on the knuckles, and it's like a little slant down right here, so you can see just had the knuckles there when you're doing the tape. So you put tape here, so you could be nothing but the knuckles here, and then you secure the wrist. You secure the wrist.
Yeah.
So this would be tight when you punch.
So that'd be tight. Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that from Eddie told me. Huh?
So your wrist ain't folding to nothing when you throw
right.
Punch. You make sure
you
that
secure the knuckles.
Yeah.
You secure the knuckles, the thumb, the knuckles, and the wrist. That's how much I know about the hand wrapping. So you make sure that wrist is done, and you make sure the knuckles is done, and make sure that thumb is isolated. You know, so that's what I did learn about that. That's what I'm saying. So some people inside here it gets tight, and they cut it. They cut it here and loosens up, or they cut it somewhere. That's how they relieve some of the stress.
Okay, we got Tony Breeze in here. Another Burley.
Tony!
What's going on, Tony? He said Derrick James was a former boxer, just like Terrence Crawford trainer. They were both former pro boxers. Okay, I didn't know Bo Mack fought. I would like to see some Bo Mack fights. I want to see how.
Yeah,
Bo Mack
how many fights or whatever? How many fights? Yeah. I would like to. It was interesting to know because I do know a lot of the old timers. I seen Jimmy Harper fight. I seen Slim Robinson fight. I seen Georgie Benson fight. But like I said, I'm not going to the end trying to push this. But what I'm saying is that I seen these guys fight, these former trainers, former boxer trainers. But you don't know the history of some of these guys, and I don't want to dig deep into it. But
yeah. We got Crawford podcast coming up.
Terrence Crawford would have been right-handed if he would have been fighting right-handed if I was training him. If I would have caught him before he start getting really big, I wouldn't let him be like have the southpaw, have the power in the front. I would put the power in the back and have him gain confidence with the right side in the back. We might have seen a different Terrence Crawford today if the trainer would have did that. Now my trainer would have made him keep his right side in the back. I'm telling you. Slim, I've seen him do it before. Now, if you be switching back and forth, he would have made you keep that right side, your power in the back. And so that's the difference between a lot of trainers, though. So Slim would have made him and then kept practicing, was right in the back, and you'll see a different Terrence Crawford.
Well, he did fight orthodox a lot. He just started getting more. I think his confidence was stronger on his other side, which is fighting as a southpaw. Because when he was fighting against, I think who was it, Special K, the guy that Errol Spence took the belt from. The first couple of rounds, he was orthodox and he was getting jabbed up. It wasn't until he turned southpaw that he was able to get him out of there. So he's kind of almost a southpaw now because he did.
Well, they didn't work with him. They didn't work with him to change him back.
Yeah, his confidence is not on that side. His confidence is not on the orthodox side.
I understand, but the majority of fighters, when they before they come to the gym, they fight southpaw. They be on the right hand side.
Yep.
They be on the right hand side.
That's
so they
had to change me.
Yeah. So they had to change me around. So he's successful with that right hand in the front. But I guarantee you, if a good trainer would have been, I'm not saying this trainer ain't good.
Yeah.
A decent trainer that know how to, he should just kept working on that side. And I think he could have still been successful on being right-handed. But he's doing good. He's doing good. He didn't meet his match yet. And if he do,
I guess if he go up there to Canelo, I think that could be a problem for him. But we got Bass B said, Tim, everybody should use the cross guard or the high guard. What's your thoughts on that? Should they
both of them?
Guard?
Both of them.
Both of them. Use everything. Use everything
It's
in
a
your
defense. Anything that you can use to block a punch, use it. If you, why should I tell you? I'm your trainer. Why should I tell you not to use something that's working for you?
There you go.
Know, use both.
Use both.
Use anything. Just learn how to counter back. Learn how to counter back off of those defenses. When you feel punches hit you, you got to learn how to throw back as soon as you catch it. You know. So keep your hands up, block your defense tight and everything. So whenever you feel a punch, you can counter back. Once the punch hits you, you can bring it that wherever that punch landed, you can deliver a punch right back after that. So once you're in your D and you feel a punch, you go boom, boom, one down.
Catch and give, baby. Catch and give, baby. Catch and give.
There you go. There you go.
It was this. Pennant said, "What about the southpaw Philly shell? The Philly shell is still the same in the southpaw. I mean, like
yeah, it is.
Yeah, your right hand is down instead of your left hand is down. Sports.
Your left hand is down. No, your left hand is down when you southpaw. Wait. No, you're right. Your right hand is down when you southpaw. You're right.
Southpaw. Yeah, left hand down and orthodox.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
52 Blocks Boxing Network said, "I miss the old style of boxing. I learned so much watching." What do you think is one of the biggest difference with the old style of boxing over today's style of boxing? So you think it was something?
There's no defense today.
No defense.
There's no defense. Everywhere you go, Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, it's different type of defenses. If we talking about the defense where you use your arms to block, not too many people is using it because there's no teachers to show them. So at all different weight categories, you see it. But when I was coming up, you could see people who put their hands up, blocking, punch coming, shit. It died down because some of the good trainers, they died down. Those guys should have called me, right? I've been trying to get in touch with Anthony Joshua. I was trying to work with Anthony, Dante. What?
Well, if anybody on the chat got a direct line to one of those guys, drop the line. Let
no,
him
it's
know.
okay. Let him.
Get with Tim. Drop Derrick James and get with Tim.
I guarantee you, Anthony Joshua would have been right like this, hands blocking, slipping, not bouncing around. Big as he is, he would have been right in that pocket. Big as he is, big arms, catching shots, knocking guys right out. But no, but the people in their corner don't realize. Didn't you see Anthony back there just doing this? He couldn't even block shots and stuff. You know, he don't deserve that. He deserved better. Even though they made millions, he can go a lot further if somebody showed him, because in that last fight I seen him, he still was doing this a little bit. No defense. Okay? That's the difference between him being great. He still should be undefeated. He should be fighting a big mega fight now with Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder.
That's right.
If they would have made his jab 100%, that right hand would have been in there every time. If they would have made that lead hand devastating, and he would still be undefeated and tighten his defense up. But the guys don't know that.
Yeah, his defense definitely needs some tighten. His defense is non-existent. Deontay Wilder.
And the way he delivered punches sometimes. But these little things, these are tiny things. They're not big. That's why I said, man, what type of trainers are there if those little things he need to do that's going to make him really more successful, those little things, tighten your defense up, blocking jabs, and making sure this jab is good so that powerful right hand that Deontay Wilder got could get in. It'll make it easier. He would still be undefeated. I'm telling you, we'll be watching a mega fight. You know, so that's the way life is. That's the way life is.
He got too much caught up on that right hand. He got too caught up on that right. And I heard what really turned me off with Deontay, and I love the bro. Respect Deontay Wilder and everything he's done. Greatest.
He's a good brother. He's a good brother.
Greatest percentage of knockout rate ever to grace boxing. But I heard him in one interview. He said, "Man, I don't jump rope or run. That's for them other boxers. I don't have to do that." I was like, "Whoa,
yeah."
And we see the stamina in his fights.
Real quick, that's because you don't have a trainer that been there and done that to tell him, look, My trainer was telling me real quick. He was telling me stuff not to say and what to say while we was in weigh-ins. He said, "No, Tim, don't say that. You got to have the right guy standing next to you." I wouldn't have him say that if I was now. I said, "No, and don't say that. Let's say this. Just certain things that when you right next to your fighter, say, no, don't say that. Do this." That's some experienced trainers. They know, they've been through it, and they know. Because my trainer stopped me a couple of times. "No, Tim, don't say that. Do this," and it worked.
It worked.
So he had nobody to tell him. He had nobody to tell him, "Look, man, don't do that. Say this. You want to win the people. You want them to love you, and stuff like that." There's people close to you have to let you know. Now, some of these boxers been saying stuff that I know back on my time, the trainer said, "No, man, don't say that. Let's just do this and come back." Now, with Crawford and they not Crawford, but there's a couple other people. We don't make excuses for a loss. Just go on and get in shape and fight the rematch. They were saying, "Oh, well, he didn't do this, but he got hurt though." They said he got hurt, right? Like, talking about Spence got hurt in the practice. Yeah, so he legit. But then they started making excuses, which will lead people to think that, oh man, he just he wasn't there for Crawford. So it's not really good to make excuses. When I lost to Larry Holmes, he beat me. When I lost to a couple of other guys, Ray Mercer, I said, "Look, man, he worked harder than me." Go ahead, Lyte.
I love you to death, but I gotta disagree with you on that one. You beat Larry Holmes. We ain't said that. Larry Holmes ain't beat nothing.
Hey, let me interject here. Every time I've been around Tim and Ray Mercer, Ray always says, he'll argue with Tim, "You beat me. Like you were fucking brutal." He says that every time. You guys actually debate about that, but it's even though he don't like me, but
he gonna like you, man. Hey, listen, I like when Brian just pop in and out. That's nice, huh?
Yeah. That's the wizard from behind the curtain. Everybody, that's the wizard behind the curtain.
What Ray did say that, and I felt that he got the edge. I felt, I did after the fight felt I did win because I did hurt him. I heard him one time. He stumbled, but he's a rough dude. Got a hard jab, and I heard so much about him until I fought him. I didn't realize how tough he was. His jab.
How old is he now, Tim?
He's way younger than. He's way.
He's in really good shape for his age. He looks good. He does.
He lost weight. He lost weight.
Yeah, except for our boy Shannon Briggs. Although, listen, everybody out there, I've met a lot of these like former heavyweight champions. The biggest one I ever met was Shannon Briggs. That dude is big, but now he's got a belly. But I hope he don't see me hear this and beat my ass.
What's up, Shannon?
Remember hey, you guys remember his abs? Like, go back 10 years. He had them ripped like.
Yeah. Yup.
Now he got a belly. But
I
gotta get out of here before he ends.
Yeah. He got a lot of he got a lot of money coming in right now.
Yeah,
he got a lot of money coming in. Let's go, champ. Let's go, champ. But Ray Mercer really worked over Tommy Guns.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Come on, let's get some more.
Can anyone imagine if Larry Holmes was a southpaw heavyweight boxer? What do you think of Larry Holmes as a southpaw? You think he would have been even more dangerous as a southpaw?
He had the jab and the right hand. If you look at all his fights, wasn't nothing spectacular. He was in good shape. He hit you with a jab. He was good to jab and right hand, and then he would throw body shots. He became champ of the world. But in terms of teaching somebody how to slip and other things, just look at it. He never slipped. I don't think he knew how. I don't think he knew how. He just jabbed. With that jab and his right hand and his heart was the best thing for Larry Holmes. So I don't think that he would be a good teacher, even though he was a champion. This is just my opinion. You say what you say about me, I'm going to take it. I love you. Go ahead.
I agree. I totally agree. Larry Holmes would not make a good coach or trainer. He doesn't listening to his interviews, he had a disdain for coaches almost. Like he kind of had this funny relationship with coaches. Like,
hey, why you in the dark so your fans can't see you?
Oh,
it's
man,
okay
it's
with
getting
me.
a little dark out here. It's getting a little dark out here.
It's okay with me.
I told Lloyd, I said, you got that Doc Ninja thing going on.
Yeah,
right?
giving me that ninja look.
What we got?
The Black Knight.
Brian,
It gives me my
that's
Black
cool,
Knight
Brian.
look.
That's cool. You popping in and out. That makes it like kind of nice, cool.
Yeah, but nobody cares what I gotta say. Hey, there are some great people though. We got to bring on here. We got to bring Michael Olajide. Amazing guy. Oh, I'll meet him. He was amazing.
Him and Ben Doherty from England got a nice little podcast. I don't know who the third person is. I forgot who that was.
The other person we got to bring Mickey Ward.
Let's get Mickey on.
Vinny Paz, if I can get him on here. Hey, Vinny Paz I love Vinny. He's all over the place. But
what about Blood Green? You think
we gotta get him right. We gotta get him together. We're all working.
Mitch Green up on here. Yeah, we gotta get Mitch up on here. Get Mitch Green up on here.
Yeah, we're working with Mitch right now.
He got some good stories. He got some good.
So support the Circle of Legends as this. We have a seminar coming up. Come to it because the monies will go to the fighters that are there, these legends that are going to give boxing seminars on their secrets. You'll have Tim Witherspoon. You're going to have Terrell Biggs. We'll bring Marlon Stalin, the secret of the high guard. You'll have the secrets of all the knowledge that will be lost one day. It's all going to be gone. We're going to put seminars so you can support these struggling former legends to make money.
That's right.
By them teaching you forgotten knowledge. I mean, one day, you look at modern boxers, it looks a bit different than the past. And that's because they encapsulate secrets, things. I mean, back in the day, people they didn't have TV. They didn't have social network. And like Burley and I were talking about this, all they could do was what could distract them from regular life. And if they were a boxer, that's all they did was boxing. It was their only entertainment. So they mastered things in a very unique and special way. And that knowledge is going to be gone soon because we're in these high-tech gyms. Everybody's trying to reinvent boxing, and they're going to make it very special. And they know more than the past. It's not true. No. Go back to the past. And these boxing legends, they're all passing away. And a lot of them are poor. And they need you guys to come to their seminars. They need you guys to support them. We'll put these boxing seminars on. You'll learn things that will blow your mind. I've been around some of these fighters. And I don't care if you're MMA. I don't care. Matter of fact, I just put out a short from 1740. Bare knuckle boxers fighting with their hand in the
1740. 1740. Didn't have no TV then.
Look, no. I had pictures from a book.
Okay.
From a book. Let me do this. Let me do this here.
Wow.
Let me. We already sharing.
Thank you, M. Jogger.
Thank
you for the $2.
Yeah, we got a $2 super chat.
Tim,
we got a $2 super chat from M. Jagger.
Tony Breeze.
Let me see if I can show this.
Okay, Tony Breeze. Thank you, Tony.
Can you guys see the screen?
Yeah.
All right, let me see.
Tony
right here.
Breeze said that
this won't matter because it won't matter if it lags because it's not an actual movie. All right, watch this. Can you guys see this?
Okay, boxing book.
Now look at the guy. Look at his hand across here. How to block. This is some 52 block stuff right here. Elbow. This is from 1840. Right. I'm sorry, 1840.
Yeah, the only thing I don't like is he leaning his head back.
Right. This is, but what I'm saying is, bare knuckle boxers say when you lay this hand across, that's no good. That would never work in MMA. Well, bare knuckle boxers were doing this. Look right here. What's that doing? What's going on right here? They're laying that across it, just like the Philly shell. And they'll say that. Look again, right here. 1840s book. Now they were probably practicing these techniques back in the 1700s. I mean, you can go way back. Anyways, let me let you guys have your forum back. I apologize.
Now, what you talking about? Come in every time, man.
Listen, let the wizard go back behind the curtain.
We gonna have to introduce our sound effects for our super chat. M Jagger gave us a $2 super chat. Yeah. Let the alarms ring. Yeah, let them ring. Yeah. M Jagger said, Tim, what are your thoughts on Michael Moore?
Michael Moore was tough. He was a tough southpaw, and he had plenty of heart. I know at one point I think we were supposed to just make an attempt for me and him to fight. I would have to be in shape because I knew that he, with his southpaw approach and everything, he was tough. So I know I had to be in shape because he didn't care about you. He just will fight you, and we saw that in different fights. So, excuse me. I wouldn't mind fighting him because I know how to fight southpaws. I was taught how to fight southpaws when I was an amateur. So it would have been just right. I used to spar with Randy Mack, who was a professional heavyweight, and he was a southpaw. And Slim Robinson showed me how to fight them. So that would have been a good fight. Something I've been doing for a long time.
Michael Moore was really putting the hurting on George Foreman before George Foreman got that big punch. I call that the Foreman grill punch. Because after he landed that punch, he got that Foreman grill. He got that Foreman grill contract, and they never looked back. Boy, Foreman got all his money back through them Foreman grills. I call that the Foreman grill punch that he laid on Michael Moore there. And Michael Moore was winning that fight. If he would have ran for the last round, he would have won the fight. But he said he wanted to try to knock Big George out, and made a terrible blunder. It was a terrible blunder. Even Teddy Atlas said, "I told you, kid. I told him all you got to do is run for the rest of the round." And he went out there and tried to knock Foreman out. Foreman hit him.
I respect his heart. His heart, though. Yeah, that was
trying to knock out Big George. You got a lot of heart to stand in front of Big George.
Real quick, we are showing the live on my Facebook, but not on either of yours Facebook, even though you guys logged in. So we got to figure out why that happened.
Oh, and that's something.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know why. What we'll have to do is do just a private live on both your Facebook. So you guys are on both your YouTube channels, perfect. But Facebook, we're not being shown on my Facebook, yes, but not on yours. So
what's that all about, man? Oh, he left. See that? Hey, what's that all about? Hey, what's that all about? You up there can't get the stuff right? Okay. Read some stuff, Lyte.
Okay,
it's
we
our
got
fans, it's our people.
We got Brian. Okay, Tim is Tony Breeze said Tim is right. Larry Holmes never slipped a punch. He would block punches or try to tie you up or try to do combinations by flailing his arms.
Tie you up.
What do you think about that?
Tie you up.
Yeah,
tie you up. Because you know what? If he had those other skills, I think it would have helped him a little bit more. But he did really good with what he knew. He had the jab. He had the jab, and he had no defense really. He had no defense. He had a jab, his heart, and that right hand after he hit you with the jab, and he will fight you back if you catch him. If you catch him, he will fight you back. He had big heart. So that was Larry Holmes all the way.
Okay.
If he was to teach somebody, the only thing he'd teach him is the jab and maybe throw the right hand behind it.
You throw the right hand.
Yeah, I'm not down talking him. Huh?
No, we're not down talking them. Everybody had their speciality. I haven't seen him. He wasn't really a big hooker, or like did he throw a lot of hooks?
No, he didn't. He didn't really. Well,
he never really brought the left hook back after the right hand. Like he wasn't coming back with that left hook.
I think when he threw the right hand, he might have threw a slap punch or something like that. But he didn't really put a lot of emphasis on a left hook.
Okay, yeah, because I didn't see too many of them.
He's straight ahead with the jab and the right hand. He dig you to the body. He didn't have that good of a defense, but he had plenty of heart.
Yeah. Even with Ali, I didn't see Ali throw too many body shots. Like I didn't see Ali throw a lot of body punches.
No, but
like,
he'll pick your head off.
Yeah.
He'll pick your head off. He'll put combinations
right off the
together.
Shoulder.
Yeah, he was a headhunter. There's a lot of boxers that made it to championship with different techniques, different ways of fighting. Name some of the ones. They made it. Ali made it dancing. He had a big heart. He never give up. Larry Holmes was the same. We had a big heart. He learned that from Ali. He learned the big heart and fight to the end because he was Ali's sparring partner. So a lot of us learned a lot, or not learn. I'm not saying learned a lot, but we got a lot of whatever you want to say from Ali, inspiration in order to go ahead on and win that title. Ali, everybody.
Yeah. He was definitely the people's champ. People loved Ali. They said Joe Frazier didn't like the fact that they made Ali like the people's champ as far as the black community, and he became like the villain. He became like the.
A lot of people love Joe.
Ali.
A lot of people love Joe now. A lot of people. I was right there. I used to be with Joe. I was with Ali, and I was with Joe. Man, I'm blessed. Joe was a really nice dude. He's really cool, and he had a lot of followers too. Would you say, like?
I said he looked like a good dude. Like Joe looked like somebody that
Joe had a lot of followers too. Joe Frazier, Muhammad Ali. Joe had a lot of followers everywhere. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. He had a lot of support. I had a chance to be with him a lot, man. I was there with him. Showed me how to put the weight on my left leg so I could throw the left hook. He taught me that. He showed me that. My trainer taught me everything. But when I was going to Joe Frazier's gym, sparring with Rodney Frazier, his nephew, big Rodney Frazier. I never really sparred with Marvin after I fought him in the amateurs, but there was a lot of other good heavyweights in there. But Joe was there, showed me to put. He said, "Tim, put that weight in between on your left side when you want to throw that left hook, in between the ankle and your knee. Make sure you put down on that weight and then come up with that hook." That's what he taught me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Joe Frazier. And nobody threw a hook like Joe Frazier. He's up there with the top left hookers that ever lived. Ever lived. His left hook was like my teacher said, he would hit in a 400-pound bag. It sounded like somebody was shooting a gun off in the gym. He said when that left hook hit the bag, he said he felt bad for Ali. What Ali was going through when he would hit the 400-pound bag with that left hook. He said it was a gun. And he said because he was white, so he said Joe Frazier would come in and see him in the gym and say, "Hey, white boy, they treating you good in here because we gentlemen up in here." So he really loved Joe Frazier. Give it up to Wilson Pitts. He really loved Joe. He said Joe was a gentleman all of the time.
Yes, he was. Ali was too. Ali was the people's champ, but Joe was really, man. I love Joe. Joe, that's my man. I had a chance to hang out with him and do stuff with him. Man, that was cool. What you saying is right, but he's a nice dude. Joe Frazier.
Did you get any tips from Ali? Did Ali give you any tips?
Ali only told me because I was around. I was cool with him, and me and Aaron Snowell, my second trainer, we used to, he'd send us to do errands and stuff for him. His jab, he was just saying the jab. See this here, that's how you flick. Like he tried to. Matter of fact, we was sitting around him when he was trying to hit flies like that, and he would hit some of them. He would hit them. Yes, he flick. Just we used to sit around him, and he worked out real hard. We used to sit around him, and just.
He looked like he had a good work ethic. He looked like his work ethic was strong. Even though he talked a lot of smack, he looked like he was ready to back it up.
He just went in and worked. He did his work, jumped his rope, sparred with us, hit the heavy bag, But, when he fought Larry Holmes, he was sick, and he should have never fought him. Maybe he needed, maybe he needed money. But I don't know what he needed. But he shouldn't have fought Larry Holmes. He was sick.
Wow.
When I was sparring with him, it was so easy. He was trying to lose that weight. They were helping him lose the weight, and by running, and they specialized. They was because he was heavy, and then they was trying to specifically get his weight down. That's the first thing they was trying to do, and they had everybody just wiping water off them. They let them start working out again, and weighing them all the time. And when I was in camp, I just and I sparred with him. I sparred with him. Several other guys sparred with him, and but he was sick for the Larry Holmes fight.
What
Larry
was the
Holmes got
experience
robbed.
sparring with Ali? Like, how was that? How was that experience getting in the ring with Ali? Like,
I really don't know, because it was beautiful for me to be in there with the greatest of all times, but he was sick.
Wow.
And and he didn't whip on me because I did have a good defense, but there was something wrong with him. It was fun sparring with him. It was fun because he couldn't go all the way. And sometimes he would, but it wasn't no really bad. It was really cool with me when he sparred. And that's one time I was spending, like, the bell rung, and I walked back to the corner, and I told my trainer, I said, Slim, I said, yo, man, something wrong with him. I haven't yet got no pressure from him. I'm always just stepping to him and banging him in the stomach, and he never really fired back on me. So we found out that he was sick. Yeah, we found out he was sick. That's the reason why that he wasn't. We found out later that's the reason why he wasn't on all his sparring partners. He couldn't really, push forward. He was trying to lose weight, and he was sick. He had thyroid problems. Larry Holmes didn't beat the real Ali.
Wow.
That messed him
well,
up.
Tyson said that was the reason why he went so hard on Larry Holmes, is because what he did to Ali. Like, Tyson talked about, like, he really wanted to make Larry Holmes pay for what he did to Ali. And it looked like he did.
I did too. I did too. I did too. So we was fighting. We was talking about, me and these other people said, they said, yeah, Tyson paid him back. I said, no, I did. I won. Go back. But Tyson really did. But Tyson really did not put him on his ass.
Yeah.
And I just felt that way because I was his sparring partner, and he was kind of a little cool with us at certain times. Ali was cool with us all the time, but we did stuff for him, and he sent us on errands. We flew to Indonesia together, Jakarta. We did it. He came to my fight when I fought Tony Tubbs. Even though him and Tony Tubbs was bored, he came and like supported us. That's a great thing, man. I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to complain.
Excellent stories, man. Listen.
Me and Tony Tubbs, we sparred before. Yeah, we sparred. We sparred Ali together.
Okay.
Yeah, we had fun. Like, we had fun.
That's it. Even grace the ring with the great. That is an incredible experience to have in your arsenal. Is to have gotten it, even if it was just sparring, the guy in the ring with the great. Even if he was sick, of course, it would have been better without the sickness. We were like, it would have been a better thing. But just to grace the square with that man right there is a great blessing to have. P said, Tim, you were known as a big puncher. Was the power always there, or was it something you had to work on and develop?
No, it was the technique. It was the technique. I do believe that. I do believe that that I can. I'm kind of like strong with a good punch. I can hurt you, but I do believe that the way my trainer taught me how to deliver the punch, when to deliver it, how to deliver it, and relax when I'm delivering it. That's where my power came in. Because there's some guys that's not really powerful, but they can get you out of here if they deliver that punch right on certain parts of your body. If they know that they hit you here, you'll stumble. If they know they hit you in certain parts. So my trainer was telling me, look, Tim, hit him behind his ear. You'll get dizzy. Yeah, he knew certain spots that you hit. So some people might not think that you don't have enough time to think that way, but you do if you got a good defense. Ain't nothing going to hit you. You have time enough. I see that shot, I'm going to take it. And you got your hands up. So my trainer would tell me different parts of the body to hit on his head, right around here and right around there. Do I think I was a really fantastic knockout artist? I don't think so, even though I got those knockouts, but I was delivering them properly. And land those punches on the right place areas.
On the button. Yeah. Press the button. Yeah.
So that's what my trainer told me. Listen, all these other trainers I know, we concentrated on different parts of the body, different parts of the stomach, and everything, and it worked pretty good.
Oh, okay. We got Bass B says, Tim, I'm 5'8". Am I too short? I weigh 80 kilograms. I want to be a heavyweight someday. Is it just a silly dream?
Heavyweight? He's 5'8", 5'6", 5'8".
5'8".
Well, we got to find out how much he weighs and everything. I believe that there's a way to the championship and greatness in everybody. I don't care how big and tall, but if you that short and you big, you're gonna have to do most of your work on the inside. Do not stay on the outside of a guy with these long arms. So you're gonna have to be in extra shape. And you 5'8", you're gonna have to be in phenomenal shape because your job, your work is gonna be harder than a taller guy like me. Yeah. So you're gonna have to be in shape. Chop a lot of wood. They hit the hammer.
Oh, chop the wood. Lumberjack. Yeah.
You know,
he become the lumberjack.
Listen, he's going to have to be in extra shape because of his height and his size. And believe me, you definitely have to stay on the inside. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We talk to the inside. What we got here?
Not stay on the outside.
Super chats will be read first, and you get the big bomb. When you drop that super chat in there, we dropping the bomb on you to thank you for all the donations are appreciated. Me and the
thank you, everybody.
Here, we're working. This boxing show finna be the best boxing show.
Yo,
on
you see that?
Right now. It's up. It's up.
Look, yo, Lyte. It says Tim Witherspoon versus Ike Iwabuchi. No. Listen, I would have to be in top shape. That boy could punch. All I had to do was jab him. I knew I'm a better boxer, but Ike Iwabuchi. Listen, I'm admitting it. I would have to be in shape. That boy he came right at you. He beat David Tua. That boy, both of them boys is tough. I would have to be in phenomenal shape and win the fight like Ali fought with Foreman. I would have to have that mentality. Those guys are extremely hard to beat. He could take a punch. He could punch hard. Him and David Tua, man, shucks. That would have been a hard fight.
David Tua was a nightmare, man.
Woo! David Tua.
That.
I just want to come in real quick. And
go ahead.
And me. I'll knock you out, champion.
Yeah.
The Curry said, "I'll knock something out." That's why he's the wizard. As fast as he pops in, he pops out.
I know. I'm gonna tell you something, man. Them two guys, I'm glad I didn't have to fight them. Now I got the heart, to get ready for that fight. They were stronger than me. They were stronger than me physically. Yeah. I would have to be in the best shape of my life. I'm smarter than them. What'd you say?
Yeah. I said your defense will have to be on steroids for those big punches there. I know your defense is going to be what separates you from them big punches. Their big punches are good, but when you got that defense, you can nullify a big puncher, man.
You got to be in shape. You got to be in shape, like with those guys. They've got to be in shape. And you know what? I think Luduva and them turned me down one time. I know that David Tua would have fight me. That boy was to throw that hook. But sometimes the business aspect of this game causes some of the boxers to go in certain directions or whatever because they didn't want to fight me because look, Mike Tyson would have fought me, but his management thought that I was too slick for him or something like that because they didn't want to do it. But Mike would have fought me anytime. It was somebody else that turned me down too. I was supposed to fight David Tua at one point, and there was another guy. Evander Holyfield. I was supposed to fight him, and they said that he was having a problem with his heart, so that fight didn't ever come off. Seriously, I was supposed to fight Evander. Yeah, I was supposed to fight Evander, and they said he had a hard heart or something. Something was wrong with him. Now I don't know what that was, but I had skills at that time, and a lot of those trainers. They just like, no, Timmy Witherspoon got some style that might cause us trouble. Yeah. And that could have been it. But the fighter would have fought me. The boxers, they would have fought me anytime.
Yeah.
But it's the managers. It's the managers that had the little doubts about it.
Angelo Dundee said it one time. He said, "It's not made the best man win. It's made the best managed man win."
Okay.
You know?
Okay. I like that.
Yeah, that's
Y'all
what
hearing
Dundee
that right
said.
on our show. Y'all hearing that right on our show.
Right here. That's what Dundee said made the best managed man win. Because styles make fight. Your defensive acuity would have gave them boys all types of problems. They said back in the day, they call fighters like you the spoilers. Because you can come up and spoil some ish. That defense will come up in there and spoil the whole apple cart. This is the reason why they didn't want Ray Robinson to fight Charlie Burley. They said Charlie Burley had the style to beat Ray Robinson. So they went right around him. They said, sorry, Charlie. Sorry, Charlie. We're not fighting you. You know, you have that slick style that could give Ray Robinson all types of problems. So they went right around Charlie Burley. And I love the Charlie Burley. Con Shawnery said, hey, what's up, guys? Hey, guys, what's up? What's going on, Con Shawnery? We back at it again.
That's our man.
Yeah. 2 nights in a row, Con Shawnery. We up in here. Like I said, all super chats will get read first.
I also think he has a fake Witherspoon account, Sean Connery, because he leaves comments in some of our videos.
We love him.
Taking credit for the video. I do have a suspicion it's him. I don't know.
That's the man.
Just a suspicion. It's just a suspicion. But yes, sir, we here rocking with the heavyweight champ, Tim Witherspoon, one of the greatest defensive fighters of all times. If he ain't in your top 5, throw your whole top 5 away. If he ain't made your top 5, throw your whole top 5 away. I got Tim up there with Pernell Whitaker. I got him up there with the greats. You know, I think what would be my top 5 defensive fighters of all time?
Yo, man, Pernell had movement. He didn't really put his. Yes, he did. He didn't really put his hand. He had natural movement too.
Yeah, it's natural.
He had natural movement. Yeah.
His ability to get low was incredible. You know, I was just watching the fight the other day when he was fighting Roger Mayweather, and he was beating Roger Mayweather up, and then I think it was in the 11th round, Roger trunks were falling. So the referee broke it up, and then Pernell came and pulled his trunks all the way down, past his kneecaps, and he was waddling back to his corner with his pants down. But after that, Roger Mayweather came out like he wanted to kill Pernell. It turned Roger on. Roger fought the best fight of his life when Pernell pulled his trunks down.
I like what Bass B saying. He said Tim, with his defense, he could give problems to any fighter of any time. I believe that. If you don't get hit, if you're comfortable with your defense, I'm telling you, that will cause you'll get in with anybody because you knew it'd be your fault if you make that mistake. If you make that one little mistake, and you know where that hand supposed to be, that's your mistake. And it makes you feel confident when you get in there because you got a good defense. I did feel a lot of confidence because I know this guy in front of me couldn't hit me unless I let him. That was my confidence too.
Oh man, we got somebody over here with this $2 super chat. We got to hit the horn for him anyway.
Randy.
But what he said was, he said,
Randy Witherford. Oh no, that's Randy.
Yeah, he said, quit ducking me. Forks beat spoons.
That's my man, Randy. That's my man, Randy. Okay.
John Connery said, Roger gave Vinny Panzarina a boxing lesson when they fought. Oh, okay, yeah, Vinny Panzarina. I liked the Roy Jones performance against Vinny Panzarina.
Yeah, Roger had a long arms and he threw that right hand. But like I keep going back to defense. A lot of these young boxers lost the defense because a lot of trainers couldn't teach it or didn't teach it. Roger was offense. He was all offense, and it's good to grab and throw punches, but you want to look pretty slipping and grabbing and, blocking punches and all that. And you want people to talk about you slipping them or making people miss. So Roger had a good jab and he put that right hand behind it. When they put pressure on him, his defense was just a little bit shadier, not as good as, it should be.
Well, his what's the name? Mayweather's father seemed to be the more defensive fighter. When he fought Sugar Ray Leonard, he was he had the shoulder roll and he was doing the Philly shell. Roger seemed to be more offensive with his style.
Yeah, he was.
Didn't have much of a defense.
I was in training camp with him.
I was in training camp with Roger.
Yeah, in Vegas. In Vegas, was it California? I think it was. Santa Monica, California. We was all there with Muhammad Ali amateur boxing team, and I was there. I'm sure Roger was there. If it wasn't there, it was in Vegas. I met him in Vegas a couple of times, but we were in California, sparring, getting ready for fights, and I didn't know about Floyd at all then, and his dad. I seen him a couple of times. Yeah, we was in Santa Monica, Fifth and Pico, and I think Vegas. Yeah. Fifth and Pico. All the Muhammad Ali amateur team trained there. Tony Tubbs.
We got another $2 super chat from these young boxers.
Yo!
Yeah. You get a super chat, you get the bell, baby. Yeah. You get the bell. He said we need Tim to show us the way. That's right. That's why you on this live right now. That's why.
Thank you very much.
Corner. We got the champ.
Thank you.
Con Shawnery said absolutely, like Burley Jones shut hands and read out. Yeah. The good thing about that fight there, I like the title of it. It was the what was it? The Devil versus Mr. Jones. The Devil and Mr. Jones was the title of that fight when Roy Jones fought Vinny Panzarina. Because they was calling him the Tasmanian Devil. They was calling Vinny the Tasmanian Devil. So it was the Devil and Mr. Jones, the title of that fight there. Yeah. I love that fight. That was when Roy was at Roy. Yeah. That's when Roy was Roy.
Mrs. Jones. We got a good thing going on. We gotta be extra careful. I hope I don't scare anybody.
Oh man, ring the bell. Ring the bell.
We gotta be extra careful. Because it hurts so much. It hurts so much inside. I can't sing.
What other boxing show you getting at? The champ had another career all in him. The champ had the second career.
No way.
Yeah, I would have brought your album. I would have brought the album, champ. I'm gonna let you know I would have brought the album. I'm buying it.
Hey,
I would have brought the album.
Somebody donated.
We got another super chat. We got to ring the alarm. Yeah. We got to ring the alarm. We got another super chat.
Mrs. Jones. Thank you.
Oh, the octaves. That's right.
Thank you. The Sear 101. The 101. Thank you.
Now, he was the one that was talking about the Tai Chi stuff. He was talking about the Tai Chi the other night, So we thank you for the super chat, but we still don't believe in the Tai Chi. I'm sorry to see her. I'm not going to say we ain't going to even believe. What I'm going to say to see her, what you should do is go into your local boxing gym. Make sure you take your camera with you. Make sure you got the camera. Set the camera up and do your Tai Chi moves to the jab. And then, as Jay-Z said, we don't believe you. You need more people. So just go get the crowd and the camera and show us what you're talking about. And we can see the magic. That's all I'm saying.
But she needs some help. She needs some help.
Oh, the champ said do you need somebody to jab at your face? I don't know if you want terrible Tim Witherspoon.
No. I'm saying, what does she need? No, Lyte. What does she need? Something or what? What?
No. he was saying that he can use his Tai Chi against a boxer.
Oh,
Tai Chi can block a jab. So I'm saying go down to your local boxing gym, take your camera, and prove it to us. Don't do us no lip service. Don't do us no lip service. We want to see it. We want to see it.
There you go.
We don't do us no lip service. Don't do us no lip service. But thank you for the $5 super chat. The Sia 101. We thank you for that. We thank you for that. Con Chartery said, Mrs. Jones is here. LOL. Yeah, you heard the champ singing. You know, you heard the champ sing. I'm telling you, he had another career.
We gotta meet. Listen, we gotta meet him. That's my man.
Man.
He always following us and helping.
Yeah, we got to get a band behind you, champ. You need a microphone, champ.
I can't sing. I can't sing.
It sounded smooth to me, champ.
What we have on here? What we have?
We got Ari Pennant said, Tim Witherspoon, what is a better cross-arm guard or Philly shell? Is the cross-arm guard better than the Philly shell? I guess that's the question.
No, the cross arm is just another way of putting the Philly shell together. See, like they crossing, that's the shell is a tight defense. I don't care how you if you tighten it, this is a shell. This is a shell. Don't get it twisted. The shell is a tight defense. That's all.
Okay.
So you might get confused. You might get confused, or somebody else might get confused about the shell being two different things. The shell is a tight defense where you can't get hit and you can counter offer. So when they say the Philly shell is a tight defense, and you can do other things off of the Philly shell. When you're like this, you can catch like that, and the shell is a tight defense.
Look at that 52. Look at that 52.
It's a tight defense.
Okay. Champ, tell everybody the shell is a concept. It's not one position. I know you always talk. Everybody thinks it's just you do this and that's all it is. No. Champ, explain to them this is a concept of fighting. It's not just one stat. It doesn't even, like you've told me, it don't even really exist. It's just a flow of defenses and a way of taking the opponent's energy and allowing them to throw it all at you. You're here. When are they at their weakest, champ? You always say this. When is opponent at their weakest?
When they throw punches. When they deliver their punches.
When they're at their full extension, right?
Their full extension, yeah. So you got to try to capitalize before they get, huh?
Yeah.
You got to.
I told Lyte to take it from here. He can get deeper into it.
Well, the thing is that you got to get your hand back for defense before you get countered on. So that's the difference. You got to, when you go, you bring your hand back. When you go forward, you got to make sure you come back for defense. Right after you throw them combos, that's right. That the shell is a tight defense. You got to counter off it, and a lot of times it make you look pretty and beautiful. You just got to know how to do it. So there's no specific, right? There's no specific. It's just a tight defense. If you don't get hit, that's the shell.
And when you say tight, people have to understand tight just means the arms are close to the body.
Touching your body. Tight. No, they locked in on your body.
Yep. And people have to understand they're here. When the champ says a tight defense, he just doesn't mean a good defense. Right. He means it's here. Exactly. You ain't out here. You ain't out here blocking. If I'm out here blocking, I'm in trouble. I'm in here.
Yeah, put them elbows on your temple.
Oh, what happened to the? You came back.
No, you got to put these on your temple, Brian. No, they're too far down. Put them up on your temple and put your elbows in tight. Yes. Yeah, that's the shell.
We want to be right in here.
That's it. Your hands aren't supposed to be down here. They're supposed to be up here. There you go. And if you feel a punch,
right at the eyebrow. Right at the eyebrow. Sorry about that.
I thought that was the Philly shell thing. Let me get out, man. Hey, you guys take it.
We got another we got another $2 super chat from Mrs. Jones. She said, "Me and Tim never had a thing going on."
Mrs. Jones Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones. We got a thing going on. We gotta be extra careful.
You tell me what other.
By the way, guys, you got somebody from Japan in here. The sun will rise again. Big fan from Tokyo, Japan. We're in Japan.
Japan.
And by the way, we are not live on my Twitter account, the Circle of Legends. I just looked, so we got to figure out what's going on there. Okay, just so that everybody knows, we're streaming across all our platforms. It's just some of them aren't picking it up.
Who is this? Mrs. Jones donated. We already talked about that, right? Mrs. Jones donated $2. We gotta be extra careful.
Thank you, Mrs. Jones.
Mrs. Jones, we gotta be extra careful, Mrs. Jones. Because it hurts so much. It hurts so much inside. Okay, let's go.
Yeah, you ain't never seen a boxing show like this.
That's right. We're gonna have all kinds of stuff.
This is a once in a lifetime thing here, people.
Yep, we're gonna all be over.
Said, how do you protect the liver with the Philly shell stance?
That's the easiest. All you do is take your hand. Here you go. Take your hand and lay it across here. And if a shot come, you lean and catch it, and you catch this. You catch a shot this way. So now the liver back here, that's really a legal block. A shot. You don't
the kidney, champ. That would be the kidney.
That would be
the liver. The liver's right. Yeah, you know. Yeah.
Okay, that's right. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about the liver. They're gonna hit that. They're not gonna hit that. You all right? Just keep this tight. Keep it tight. Don't worry. Don't bring this down to block it. Just leave this and maneuver this. You'll do it. You practice make perfect.
That's right.
Practice make perfect. Once you do it, you'll see what we're talking about.
Yep. That's why the arms across the abdomen is to stop the liver shot. It's the whole point of it.
Talk about it.
You just have to do it. Practice make perfect. I'm telling you. It may look awkward, but once you get in the hang of doing it, and then call us back, and see how the progress, you're going to get it. And in person, you'll get it in 15 minutes.
You heard
it. And for everybody out there, remember, Lyte, what's your contact information? Lyte can do personal lessons. And by the way, if you do a lesson with Lyte, he can send a video to the champ, and he will also, free of charge, will break down some of your skills. Send it to us. If you contact Lyte, you're also going to get the champ here. I know Lyte right now needs some students. Go ahead, please reach out to him. Lyte, if you want to I can put your contact information right in the ribbon.
Contact information up on there. 52 Blocks Info is the YouTube channel. I also have 2 online courses, advanced.lightburley.com and learn-martialarts.com.
Champ,
it's advanced.lightburley.com.
Burley, is it okay if I put your phone number up here so people can call you directly?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm going to put that up. Call him up if you need. He can even do stuff online for you if you need.
That's right. We got the online teaching. Bass B says, Tim, till the last time when I told you that I asked people in the gym to hit me to practice my cross guard, I really believe that I'm way better, and I really feel that I can survive anything. Yeah. He said he can survive anything. He said he can survive anything.
I like that confidence. I wish he was here. I wish he was here. Yeah, Mrs. Jones.
See, that's right, Bass B.
I wish he was here. I wish he was here so we could polish him off. That's all. Finish the job. Thank you very much.
The landlord harassment said, I can beat Lyte with one hand behind my back. At least that's what I'm saying from the safety of my smartphone. There you go. There you go. It's better to throw a rock and hide your hand. You better throw that rock and hide your hand, because if we see it, like what Tim said, we're gonna put closed for the day on the eyelids. We're gonna put a sign on your eyelids, closed for the evening.
We're gonna put a sign over your eyes saying "closed for the weekend."
Closed for the weekend. Closed
And
for the weekend.
remember too, like that. Any big fights coming up, we're gonna have special little parties for that. So we all gonna have fun and anticipate what's gonna happen in the big fights.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna have after the fights, we're gonna have everybody opinion on the fights that afterwards. So this is a good network, man. This is a good network. We got all the knowledge. Our heads are not big. We love everybody. We got a lot of stories too to tell. We want everybody. Look, man, you can look on these other ones. That's cool, but we got a team. This is me and Lyte, but there's more people, more legends, more stars. Okay, just tune in with us so you can have some fun. The landlord. Right. What's that like?
From Tim's mouth to God's ears, the landlord says, serious question. Is there a difference in the way to teach defense to guys over 40, since they usually aren't quick enough to dodge fast punches? Can you teach defense to somebody over 40? Where you feel? I feel like it can be done.
Easy. It can be done. It can be done. I don't give a damn what age you are. Age does have nothing to do with learning something. When you're 60, 70 years old, you still will learn the shell.
That's right.
That man, we so confident about it, you don't have to worry.
You ain't
Age
got to
does
worry.
have nothing to do with it unless you physically cannot operate.
You ain't guaranteed. Money back guaranteed. Money back guaranteed. Penna said, Tim, Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder. Who you got?
Okay, now, if Anthony Joshua, who I've been trying to, and I know him, we met on a couple of occasions. I was trying to help him with his skills. If Anthony Joshua doesn't tighten his defense up and learn how to block right hands and jab, he's going to be in trouble. If Deontay Wilder don't learn some things too, he's going to be in trouble. So this is what both of these heavyweights lack. They lack some old time teaching. Deontay Wilder got Malik Scott. We all know Malik Scott is a really nice guy, but he defensively and offensively, I don't think that he's okay. But you need somebody maybe a little bit more. And he's mad at me for people wanted to know the truth, and I told the truth, and he was upset with me. I know I sparred with him a couple of times and everything, but that's it, man. If you got to have somebody with you that's experienced, and you've seen them do it. You in the ring, seen them block punches. You seen them throw the overhand right. You seen what they can do. Anthony Joshua, I couldn't believe it. I called him. I called him and talked to him, and he said, "No, T, I got my own team. It's okay." So I already knew he didn't know what to do. He's making all that money. He has all the money. I knew that he's not intelligent enough to, in boxing terms.
Hey, champ, 3 losses after the Deontay Wilder Nation went after you for criticizing his defense and everything. 3 losses after that. And then every one of them who commented on those YouTube channels, those videos, all came back to say, Tim was right, Tim this, Tim was right. Like you look, video don't lie. It doesn't lie. Just be honest. Look at the videos. If your defense isn't good, be honest about it. That's it.
Right.
That's all. It doesn't, like, I posted the thing where we looked at Tank and he almost got hit. People defended that. I'm like, why don't you want him to get better? Why do you think he's a perfect fighter? Do you think, and now he's hit the pinnacle? In Zen Buddhism, they say when you wake up every day, you empty your cup so you can refill it. People want his cup to be full so it cannot be full anymore. When you have masters of this art telling you this is what you can do better, you should listen.
There you go.
You should listen.
That is true.
Everybody wants to have an opinion in this art. Everybody, they sit on a chair. They never even fought. And they want to have an opinion. But guess what? When the masters are talking, these old school masters, you're missing the point. You're missing the genius. In the movie with Bruce Lee, it was Enter the Dragon, and the master said to the student, remember, he says, all a teacher is a finger pointing at the moon. And then the kid wasn't paying attention. He smacked him on the head. And the point was, when you're not paying attention, you look at the finger. You don't look at you miss all the heavenly glory. Yeah. And that's the finishing of actually that statement, is you will miss all the heavenly glory if you look at the finger. All the people that aren't listening to these great masters of boxing are looking at the finger. Watch that Bruce Lee moment in Enter the Dragon. You'll see it.
Okay. Yeah, wow. I know what you're talking about.
Yo, read the landlord.
The wizard. Thank you, wizard.
Read the landlord.
Thank you, wizard. The landlord said, did you fight Butterbean at one point? Did you ever fight Butterbean?
No, they were trying to get me to fight Butterbean. They were trying to get me to fight Butterbean before, and it didn't happen. Did you fight Butterbean? Okay. Did you think the Philly shell would work in MMA? I think so. Yeah, but Butterbean, I met him before. He's a big, strong. He don't care. He got heart, everything. And I would have to be in shape to fight Butterbean, because he had plenty of heart. He didn't give a shit about you. He'd get in there and fight you. But so did you think the Philly shell will work with? I think that anything that's consistent and that help you, if that Philly shell helped you in martial arts, keep using it. Why not use it if it's helping you? Try it and see. Try it and see. And if it doesn't work, just go back to the drawing board. That's all.
Joseph said, "Hi, Tim. You sing better than Larry Holmes."
I know that. I know. Thank you, Joe.
I agree. Hit the horn.
Yeah.
Hit the horn. I agree.
Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones.
You hear that?
Going on. All right. Thank you, Joe. We having fun.
Way better than Larry. Way better than Larry.
I know I can.
Landlord Harassment Channel said, "Would you consider ever crossing over to the UFC?"
Hell no. Them boys is tough. I am not getting kicked. Them boys are tough. Now I'll go teach somebody, but I don't have the heart to get in there and getting kicked. With getting kicked, no. I'll go in and box and do exhibition or do something like that, but I'm not doing martial arts. Hell no. Them boys, they got plenty of heart. I'm not doing it. Nope.
Forget it. Jim said, Tim,
never.
What do you think of Daniel Dubios? Dubu?
Yeah, he's the English guy that lost to Youssef. I'm sorry, I belched. I just think that again, the teacher. Now he caught Youssef with a good, legitimate body shot, and Youssef went down. But other than that, I do believe that when you're fighting big fights like that, you got to really be sure on what you're doing. You got to get the right people in the corner. If you need a little bit of help, bring somebody in to help you win that big fight. That's the reason why I know this, is because they did that with my trainer. They called him with Eddie Mustafa, different people, Ricky Parquet. They called them, and these guys won their titles. Call the right people in. And the boxers shouldn't be, they shouldn't be upset. You're getting help.
That's right. We got Cam Burley in the building. One of the people I've trained is in the building.
Salute.
Cam Rue. Salute from the champ. Penna said MMA is pointless because they knock out a lot of people with their hands. Might as well do boxing and make big millions that way. Well, there's definitely more money in boxing than MMA right now. That's for sure.
I thought there's a lot of kicks. And be knocking people out.
Yeah. You got definitely a lot of kicks, choking. But
yeah, I don't like that shit.
The
You ain't choking me.
The landlord harassment channel said, "Who inspires you outside of boxing?"
Who inspires me? My mom took care of 10. My mom took care. I got 10 siblings. My mom took care of 8 siblings. I had to live in the house with 8 siblings for a long time, and we had to survive in a world that was really corrupt, dishonest. There was some good in it. It was really hard on people, and my mom was there for us to the very end. My dad was a nice guy, but he was in and out, and I love him too. But my mom is behind me being who I am today. We have some strong black women in this world. We got to acknowledge them. My mom is still helping all her kids, and I'm 65. I got brothers 70-something. She still calls them up and see what's going on. Now she concentrating on the grandkids. I got 14 grands. I got 10 siblings. So 8 siblings that I grew up with, but I got 10 siblings. I love them too. They didn't ask to be here. They're my brothers and sisters. I love them too. Right. But it was my mom. It wasn't my uncle. It wasn't all my uncles I had. It wasn't some it wasn't. It was my mom was on this. She cared about this. All I can remember when I was little, me and my brother, this is how little I was. The stove was up here. I had to reach up here to light the cigarette. So me and my older brother, Steve, he's just a little bit, he's 1 year older than me. He was on a chair. And I had a cigarette in my hand, and he had a cigarette. We was lighting cigarettes. My mom, I think, walked out for like 3 minutes to go somewhere. So I was reaching up to light it, and he pulled a whole pot of hot water on my chest. Woo. I ran and jumped on the couch. I was screaming. And when my mom came in, she was screaming. I had about 500 blisters all over my chest. Ooh. My mom carried me to the doctor. My big behind. She carried me to the doctor, and the doctor took a little handkerchief, and he had a tweezer, and he was busting the blisters. I had to go 3 times to get. That's how many blisters was on my chest, and he was busting them with little tweezers. And he busted, and then I had to go home. Then I came back again. He busted the rest of them. And guess what? My mom carried my big behind. Wow. She carried me to the doctor's, which is about 2 football fields away. And I always remember that. So she motivated me and my grandma. Every time I had a fight, I called my grandma Fanny. She was tough. She was from down south. And she was tough. She said, "Timmy," and I put down, she said, "You better not come home losing that fight. You better whip Larry Holmes' ass." She said, and I always get my motivation from her. Every fight, I call my grandma Fanny. Gang war Fanny, they called her, because she was tough. And I would call my grandma, and she said, "Timmy, you know not to come home losing them fights. Beat his behind." My grandma was down south. I didn't call no man. I had all those uncles. I didn't call no uncle. I didn't call no everybody. I called my grandma. Hold on. So you saying grandma said knock him out? Grandma said knock him out? I didn't call nobody but my grandma before my fight. Wow. That's real. I called Grandma Fanny. Fanny, and Grandma Fanny said, "Timmy, you better knock that." I didn't call my dad. I didn't call my uncles. I had a whole bunch of uncles. The Witherspoon, the big Witherspoon. They used to have boxing in the streets and stuff. I called the woman. Wow. I called the woman, and that's who moved. When I fought Larry Holmes, I called Grandma Fanny. She said, "Timmy." Grandma Fanny's the realest. Grandma Fanny, she said, "Timmy, you better whip his behind. Don't be scared, Timmy. Whip his ass." I swear. My grandma, it was a woman. Wow. It was a woman in my life. My Uncle Jake used to take me around all the time. I had a whole bunch of uncles, but it was a woman.
Hey, like you got a super chat.
We got a super chat. Ring the bell.
Yeah, we do.
Ring the bell. We got a super chat.
Mrs. Jones. Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones.
Remember, all
He
super
said,
chats
what?
get that beautiful voice singing for you. So give
That's
super
right. You can't get this. Should be super chat after super chat to hear that. All right. Cam Rue said, "What's your guys' thoughts on Spence and Bud fighting at 154, and who you think is the best pound for pound boxer right now? Who you think is the best pound for pound boxer right now, champ?"
I gotta take care of my daughter. I told a couple of people with the podcast that I have to get back into the boxing thing and find out what's going on. It's just different era and everything, and I feel bad that I don't know a lot of things that's going on. Crawford and Spence, I know them guys, and I know some more. But I need to get my mind back on there to help the boxing industry. I want former 2-time heavyweight champion of the world. We need to tighten boxing up. We need to get everybody, all the boxers and former boxers involved. And I do feel I can't tell you right now. I can't really tell you right now. Oh, Boots Ennis. Now, what was the question?
He said, who you got for best pound for pound right now? And what's your thoughts on Spence and Bud fighting at 154?
Okay, well, I would say Boots Ennis. Boots Ennis is the man of the future. Yeah, Boots Ennis is the man of the future. But in terms of the weight with Spencer Crawford, I don't think that's the issue. I think it's the skills.
It's the skills.
I don't care what. Yeah, I don't care if he 154 or 60 or 40. It's the skills. Everybody talking about the weight. It's the skills. Look, I don't care. You might be 2 pounds heavier and you beat me. The weight has nothing to do with it most of the time, really. It's the skills. I used to like to fight guys heavier than me. I used to like to spar with them. And I used to hate them little small guys because they sneaky and they get me. So I don't look at the weight. I look at the skills. I'm telling everybody keep talking about skill, the weight. Sometimes I think it might mean something, but I never dwelled on the weight thing. And I'm a heavyweight, and I fought guys lighter than me. I knocked them out. For guys heavier than me, I knocked them out. But on those weight classes, I think mentally, back in the day, when they start talking about, oh, he's 3 pounds heavier, and he might be 1 pound, whatever it is, I don't really believe I think it's your skills. You can't fight a guy 20 pounds heavier than you. That's true. But if somebody around your weight class, come on, just fight them. 54, 50 this. I don't know the chemistry and the science of how people feel at different weights. But I do know in your heart and your brains, you get in there and fight some guys. You got better skills. You're going to beat that guy that's bigger and stronger or got longer arms. That's just my opinion.
Bars. Why
they keep talking about weight, like? I understand it's like 45 and 50, 45, 50. They complain about that. Come on, man. Get in there. A couple of pounds heavier.
Yep. Cam Rue said exactly. Skills pay the bills. Go sleep. Yes, sir. Go sleep. Yeah. Skills pay the bills. Facts.
Real quick, I got to tell a quick story about Tim's brother, who I studied some boxing from, Steve. Real quick. Okay. Tim Jr., when he was a professional, a guy who was about 250 studying with Steve, and he put him in the ring.
Didn't hear you.
Huh?
We didn't hear you. Start over again.
Start over again. Go ahead.
Oh, shit. Steve, Tim's brother, was teaching Tim Jr. one day. I was training with Tim's brother, Steve. And this guy in the gym who was studying from Steve was like 250, 260. He was huge. Tim Jr. was only like 150. And I'll never forget this. He told the guy to get in the gym, in the ring with Tim Jr., who was like 150. And this guy was pretty cocky and confident. He got in and he started throwing these big shots, and he was, doing the Philly shell. And then he hit him with one liver shot. I'll never forget this. He hit him, pop. That big dude started backing up, and then Steve jumped in the ring, grabbed the guy from behind, and said, "Move forward, never back in." And he kept going, no.
Anyway, that liver shot is an MFer.
Yeah, but you know, Slim Robinson also taught my son a little bit, and he showed Stevie some stuff. And we, you know, I taught my son a lot, you know, a lot of things. So he wasn't really scared to get in with somebody that was big, that was less talented, you know.
Yeah.
So he gave up the look. The guy was big. Tim small 150. So I think that's a fair sparring thing. If the guy knew a little bit of boxing, it would be fair. But I'm sure the guy knew a little bit. But my son knew a lot of defense, and I don't remember that. But Brian used to be around him all the time in this gym. My brother Steve and everybody. That was cool.
Okay. Pennis said, Lyte Burley, do you have a YouTube channel? Yes, I do. It's 52 Blocks Info, all one word. 52 Blocks Info. We streaming on that channel right now too. 52 Blocks Info. This is streaming on that channel too.
Skills pay the bills.
Appreciate you. We trying to get to 100,000 subscribers over there. So tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend to go sub to the channel and sub to Tim's channel. We are building over here. We have one of the, not one of the, let me take that back. We have the best boxing show
I think so.
on the internet, on YouTube right now. I think so.
I think so.
Yeah. And we ain't just being cocky. We really talking about it. We have the best boxing show. We got terrible Tim Witherspoon singing Mrs. Jones on here. You tell me on whether the boxing channel can you find the 2 times heavyweight champ harmonizing. You let me know. I'll wait. You let me know. I'll wait.
Did you see his last question? The landlord.
What was your last question? Landlord?
Harassment.
I didn't see your last question. I see you said anything beyond 30 pounds is a mismatch. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, 30 pounds is a big hurdle to jump. That's a big hurdle.
Yeah.
That's a big
I
hurdle.
think any mismatch. Okay. But if you have skills, you won't be scared of that. If you know your opponent he don't have no skills and he that big, oh man, that's food on the plate. That's food on the plate.
Well, Charlie Burley was only 154 pounds, and he sparred Archie Moore, who was at light heavyweight. Archie Moore was at light heavyweight, and Charlie Burley, who never got over 154, went and beat up on Archie Moore. So skills pay the bills. Skills pay the bill. 154 versus a light heavyweight.
Okay.
My long question. Okay. To your question, he said, "Why do fighters say that you lose if you're afraid? Some of the fights where I was the most victorious was when I was terrified of the other guy. The fear actually helped me win." I have something on that. I believe if you ain't got fear, you must be a psychopath or something.
There you go. You lying if you're not nervous, because I was.
You're either a sick psychopath or you're lying, because the only way to get to courageous, the only way to become courageous is to go through fear. You know, the fear is the first step to becoming courageous. You got to first be scared to get to courageous. Scared is the flip side of courageous. So there's nothing wrong with being scared.
That's right, but
what are your thoughts on it?
But you know what made the fear go with me? When my trainer kept training me how to block and how to do things. The fear left me when I knew that this kid, when he throw that right hand, I'll block it. That's what helped me with the fear. So if somebody around you that can show you how to do the right things and block, your fear will go away. I'm gonna tell you.
Wow.
I'm telling you, it's the truth. Wow. If you knew how to really block them,
get some defense. You want to be fearless, get you some defense. That's what the champ is saying. Is if you got a big shield like a Spartan warrior, you see them Spartans, they believed in their shield. The Spartans slept on their shield. So if you got a big shield, you running into war with all the confidence. And we seen how them Spartans fought. You know, this is Sparta. You've seen the big kick. You've seen the movie. Them Spartan warriors were serious because they had big shields. So I agree wholeheartedly. Penna said, 52 Blocks Info. Your YouTube boxing looks very good. Keep up the good work. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I've put a lot of hours into sparring, getting good information from brothers like Tim, my teachers. Like the first time I spoke to Tim, Mr. Tim Witherspoon, he broke something down for me. You know, he was showing me that it's not just bringing your hand over to your face is bringing your chin to your hand. And that small thing, that small piece of information changed this for me. Because now it's this, you turn it into it and you catch it. You turn it and you catch it more than your hand is just flip-flopping around your face.
That shoulder and your right hand are best friends.
That's right. You heard that.
Your shoulder and your left shoulder and right hand are best friends. So you keep that there when them shots coming.
Oh man, you heard it right.
Then you throw that left hook when you catch something this way, they're gonna throw the left hook. So then you turn back this way and catch that. Don't worry, let's roll.
Okay. The landlord said. Bass Beat said, "When I'm getting hit, I remember Tim's face, and I can't surrender while Tim is looking at me." You heard that? You heard that? He said every time he get hit, he see your face, and he ain't finna surrender in front of you. That's right. Give that man a round of applause. That's right. Give that man a round of applause. I like that. I like that type of talk right there.
You gotta tighten that defense up.
Give you a belt for that one. You get a belt for that one.
Mrs. Jones.
Whoa, that was just for you, Bass Speed. We respect
that.
Okay, the landlord said, "My Uncle Al was one of the toughest men I ever met. Super skinny, but had dig his fingers into your eyeball and rip it. But he would dig his fingers into your eyeball and rip it out. Vicious.
That's that fighting over in England. What they call that?
With the Krav Maga and all of that stuff. What
kind of stuff is digging your eyes out, man?
That man he was vicious.
I'm scared of that guy.
Ken Rue said the biggest thing I noticed is that it doesn't matter the form of martial arts. Footwork and movement are so important. Boxing, 52 blocks, kung fu, karate, even wrestling or grappling. What do you feel about the importance of footwork in fighting?
Yeah, real quick. I just started hearing about footwork 10 years ago. When the boxers in boxing, my trainer just placed my feet in certain areas, and we had this practice certain ways to move and directions of where your feet at. But doing the Willie Pep stuff, there's only certain people who do that. So you really basically put your feet in certain areas, and leverage yourself and throw punches. You sit down like that. But when people talk about foot movement during this day and time, I don't really know what they're talking about. I just got to figure out what they mean. Because when I was coming up, nobody talked about footwork. They just talked about where you place your feet so you get the hardest punch, where you can get the hardest punch. So when they say footwork, I'd be like, I want to know what they're talking about. So I want to learn that. I never heard that when I was coming up around the great trainers and stuff. I never heard footwork. I just saw the way they tell you to place your feet in the movement, but not a lot of, I think that's footwork then.
Well, yeah, that's exactly.
But they never said that. They never said footwork. They never said footwork. I never heard it.
I would say I take it like that. To me, footwork is meaning your feet are working and your feet are intelligent, and intelligent in placement. Not like what Willie Pep was doing, like you're saying. What Willie Pep was doing was a skill that he developed. He was good at.
That's footwork, because he was moved. Yeah, he used his legs. He used his legs and everything to get away from punches. Yeah. That's kind of like
he was on the next level. He was on the next level on it. But I can also agree that foot placement is footwork too. Knowing where to place your feet at to get the best level for your punches.
There you go.
That's footwork. That's footwork.
There you go. There you go. That's what I was just talking about.
Yes.
That's the only footwork that I was taught by the old timers.
Cam Rue has said, "Thank you, Lyte Burley, for all of your teachings." Thank you. Salute, Cam Rue. James Ray Gillen said, "Mike Tyson said footwork and Aikido and boxing are similar." Okay. Could be a leverage thing. Placing your feet in the right leverage spots to generate the best torque and leverage.
I don't know nothing about footwork.
Yeah, I'm not too skilled in Aikido. I've seen it, but I'm not well versed in Aikido to say that. Let's see who else we got here.
No, when I was, what's that? Popeye. Where you at, Popeye or Landlord?
Popeye Shorty. When I was a wrestler, we depended upon footwork. Okay.
I don't know.
Roger W said, yeah. Like I said, I think if your foot are intelligent to find the leverage places, you have footwork. If you can understand leverage, that's one thing that I do agree with Tai Chi. Tai Chi talks about a lot of understanding your leverage points and where your leverage is at. So, in boxing and in fighting, that could be classified as footwork. But there's also dynamic footwork like Lomachenko. Like Lomachenko and Usyk, they have a very dynamic footwork and their feet are very intelligent. That can be considered footwork too. Yes, that can be considered footwork. Who else do we have in here? What you got? We've been rocking for 2 hours, so we ain't going to keep the champ too long. We 2 hours and 20 minutes in.
Oh, so we might as well. Yeah, because we're going to give them a lot of good stuff. Let's try to close the door and stuff soon.
Yeah.
And come back because we got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we're going to be doing this again. This is we going to be repeat offenders with this, people. Let me tell you, we are repeat offenders.
Come on, Brian. Let's just close it.
All right, champ. Yeah. You got this. You close it out.
We got 8 minutes, right? You want to go all the way to, or just close it now? You want to go to 10:30?
This is you and Burley. Whatever. How long? This is up to you guys. You want to go as long as you want.
We're gonna go to 10:30, okay?
What is it right
now?
You want to go 10:30? I'll come back. Close it out.
All right. So what's that? We got 9 more minutes. What we got on the clock?
Yeah. 9 minutes.
All right.
Can you read?
We got 9 more minutes.
Read some of the stuff.
Get them questions in, super chats in, man. If you want to hit the bell, get them super chats in, man. Support the war efforts. We are building a boxing show here, and this is going to be the greatest boxing show. You got two charismatic people on the camera right now. You got terrible Tim Witherspoon, 2 times heavyweight champion, Mr. Lyte Burley, king of the 52 blocks. Ring the bell.
Mrs. Jones.
Yeah, when you gonna get that at? When you gonna get that at? Only here. Only here, baby. Okay.
We gotta be extra careful.
Oh,
go ahead, Lyte.
Don't. Oh, yeah, you shining on them, Shane. You shining tonight, Jim. Penny said, what do you think about the 70s heavyweight era? What do you think about the heavyweight era in the 70s?
Well, that's just when we knew Ali. That's when we knew Ali and Joe Frazier, George Foreman. Okay. I think they were really, those top 5 guys were really the carriers of the heavyweight. There was I think, who else was it? I think Ron Lyle came a little later, just a little bit, but there was some good heavyweights during that era. So
okay.
Yeah, I've had the belts.
Okay. James Ray Gillen says Lomachenko uses a lot of crescent steps. Okay.
A lot of what?
Okay. Crescent steps. Crescent. I guess that's more of a term from Aikido. That must be an Aikido term of a way of
what, like stepping. Martial arts steps? Martial arts?
Yeah. Kung Fu, or Yeah, I guess it's the Aikido, Japanese Kung Fu. They said that the Japanese got a lot of the Aikido from Tai Chi.
Okay.
Japan raided China. They got their stuff from there. Tim Witherspoon versus Lennox Lewis would have been very interesting. Yeah, that could have been. I got Witherspoon easy. Lennox Lewis is another one without no defense. You see what Rockman did to him. You see how Rockman was champion for 2 months, even though he was heavyweight champion for 2 months, but still he got that shot off on Lennox Lewis because Lennox Lewis had no defense. So that's the easy fight right there.
They also said no. I think it would be a hard fight because Lennox was strong and big. It would be I would have to be in shape, but they seem to think that he couldn't take a good punch, and Rockman hit him real good. I do believe that with his arsenal that he had, it wasn't a whole lot of punches. So it would be easy for me to block some of his jab if he had a hook. He wasn't really had a whole bunch of them. He would catch you with a punch, then finish you. So I think I would had to be in top shape, good defense, and just get close enough to catch him, because I don't think that he had the best chin in the world. So when I knew you ain't had a chin, that gave me a lot of confidence.
Okay, yeah. His chinny chin was suspect. James Ray Gillen said, "What are your thoughts about George Foreman using cross arm blocks as he got older?"
He did real good. I watched him. He did real good. And he knew how to do it before that, but then he started using it, and I think because of his age and his him being a certain age, I think he started using it more. But when he went back, when he was fighting Ali and stuff, it appeared to me that he didn't use it that much. But when he started to retire, he's fighting these young Turks. He started putting this across like this. But I really didn't see him that much when Ali and the fights with Ali's and stuff. Like, he did it, but not as much.
He didn't use it when he was younger. When he was younger, it was his offense.
Yeah.
His offense was his defense. He picked that up a little later.
Somebody showed him it.
Said you. Yeah, it wasn't what's the name? It was Archie Moore. He picked it up.
Archie Moore
had trained George Foreman. Yeah,
That's right.
Picked it up from Archie Moore. Joseph said, "You guys are doing great. I'm addicted already. Keep up the great work. I want to give you guys $100 for the show. Tell me how to donate." Thank you, Joseph. You can super chat that. You can put that right on the super chat. We don't have
Brian,
the cash apps up right now. But yeah, you can put that super. Where's the wizard at, Mr. Wizard? Somebody wants to donate $100.
Donate.
You can put that right in the super chat. You can super chat that if you want.
Well, yeah, super chat right up.
Well, we want to keep people
we appreciate
with the right knowledge. We want to do the best. That's right.
He said he's addicted to the show. All. Thank you, Joseph.
Yeah, so Joseph, if you look at the chat, you'll have a little donation heart down the bottom. Can you see that?
Just tell him if you do, just cross arm.
Yeah, we got Roger W said Lennox avoided southpaws. Lennox Lewis avoided southpaws.
He must didn't have it.
I don't know.
He must didn't have a teacher that could show him how to fight a southpaw. I see it up there. Lennox avoided southpaws. Oh man, I love to fight southpaws.
He said, "I'll take that. We want that smoke. Bring that southpaw smoke. We want that smoke."
That's
the
right.
Landlord Harassment Channel said Lennox jabbed for 10 rounds and then threw his overhand. Okay, ain't nothing wrong with using your jab. Pennis said Larry Holmes versus George Foreman prime. Who wins fantasy matchup?
Hey,
Larry
man, if
Holmes versus
George hit
George
him.
Foreman.
If George hit him, Larry, he'll shoot the jab. But if George get close and hit him, Larry did absorb a lot of hard fights. But George, man, I don't think Larry knock him out. But if George hit him, he's out of here.
Yeah. He's out of there. Night. Cam Rue said cross arm, aka rob the bank. Yes, that's what we call it in 52 at cross arm defense.
We going over the time.
I did.
Well, there you go,
Joseph. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you, Joseph, for the.
$199
is good too. That gets horn. Go do your horn thing.
Yeah, we gonna give you the horn for that. That's right. You still get the horn.
Mrs. Jones. We got a thing going on. You got to be extra careful. Yeah. Don't take a long time.
Penna said, all right, we get right up to the last question. Penna said, do you think Anthony Joshua should use the cross-arm guard to protect himself? Do you think Joshua should use
Let me tell you something. I would have had him doing all that. He would have been so comfortable about fighting. I don't care who it is. I feel bad because the management is promoting on them. They don't really know boxing, and they was making decisions for him. You know what I mean? Here it is, a guy with all this knowledge right in front of him, talk to him, and they got an amateur trainer to train them. Then they got somebody else. They searched all around America. They went to the West Coast, and all they had to do was call me in Philly. It would have saved some of his legacy.
That's
it would have saved some of his...
We got another super chat from Joseph.
Joseph.
We got
one more. He gave another one.
It's the horn, baby.
Mrs. Jones. We got a thing going on. He must like me singing. That's all. He like me singing.
Yeah. They like it.
He's gonna get you $100, but it's gonna be a lot of super lights.
Yeah. You sent $2 a couple of different times. We'll get to that 100. Tony Breeze said, Tim, foot placement and footwork are the same thing. It's just naming it differently to fit the times. You use the foot placement to get the leverage you need for shots. Okay.
You can call placing your feet. Listen, you can call placing your feet.
Tony Breeze.
Yeah, you can call placing your feet in one area footwork. You can call it that too. But when they say footwork, it leads me to believe that moving your feet around multiple times.
Yeah.
Come on.
Bass B said Larry Holmes versus Terrible Tim in a karaoke battle. A sing-off. They went versus Larry Holmes in a sing-off.
I heard
somebody get Larry on the line.
I heard him sing.
Somebody get Larry on the line. I think Larry would want that smoke. I think Larry would battle you. I don't think he would win, but I think he would try. Let's hit the horn one more time for that. Let him go, champ. Let him know. Let him go. Hit the horn for it.
Mrs. Jones. We got the thing going on. We gotta be extra careful. Go ahead. It hurts so much inside. All right, go ahead.
We gotta get you the mic. I got the mic. I can get you a mic, champ.
Yo, so how long we got?
We're about to end it right now. We're gonna end it on that note right now.
Don't forget our show
on the planet. This is the greatest boxing show on the planet.
You guys are gonna learn a lot.
We're gonna have all the guesses. We're gonna have all the guests, right? We're gonna have all the guests. We're gonna have special guests on. You're gonna have knowledge. We got good people in here. You won't have to leave once you finish this show. You ain't gonna doubt yourself. I'm telling you. And in terms of skills, boxing, we got everything here for you.
There you go. The Wizard, you got anything to tell him, Mr. Wizard?
Just come back. Keep returning. That's the key. We got to build this platform. Then I got to figure out why we weren't on Tim and yours Facebook. So we'll figure all that out. And we're gonna keep growing. Everybody, keep coming back. That's what's gonna keep us here. Keep coming back.
Thank you, everybody, for coming on.
Help out Burley right now. If you guys can't help Burley out, man, he needs some people to teach online, in person. Help out the champ.
We got Dr. Zoberg. Dr. Zoberg said, "Champ, could you sing me Happy Birthday?"
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. How you pronounce his name? Zoberg? Zoidberg.
I think that's the guy from Futurama, the lobster dude.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dr. Zoidberg. Happy birthday How old are you? You don't have to say your age. Happy birthday, doctor.
I think it's the same guy by the name of Sean or
Now listen, if that don't make if that doesn't make us the greatest, if that doesn't make us the greatest boxing show on this planet, I don't know what it is. You just had the 2 times heavyweight champ saying you happy birthday. You don't get it no better than that. You don't get it no better than that. Only here, only right here. When you stay locked in, we got more coming, more shows coming. I'm bidding you a salute from Lyte Burley.
All right, farewell, everyone. Go ahead, say the last word, Tim.
I love you guys. Listen, I love you guys, and that's the way my mom raised me, to love everybody. Love yourself before you love anything else, and you will love the world. That's all I got to say. That's what I'm saying from now on. You gotta love yourself before you love anything else. I guarantee you'll love the world. Okay? Thank you for coming on our show.
All right. See you, everybody.
Yeah. We gotta be extra careful. It hurts so much. It hurts.